out, cause I'm here now and I'm staying. Claws out, this the fight that I've been craving. I know there's something inside of me, but it's been masked by fear and anxiety. But no more, I'ma break out of the chains. Let's go! I'm waking up, this ain't enough. All of my dreams were starting to rust, but I believe that I can adjust. Positive thoughts, I'm starting to trust. Nothing's deserved unless you work. Something of worth requires an urge. I have been hurt by those at their worst, but that gave me will, some power, a surge. And they know that I won't surrender, so they fear me as a contender. When I fight, they always remember, yeah. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great. 'Cause we can hit it conquer, like we're monsters. We can last much longer, this forever. We can hit it conquer, like we're monsters. And we can last much longer. I am a hunter, I've been filled with demons and hunger. I am the thunder, I command the masses in numbers. Look at the fear in their eyes, this is what happens when you are surprised. It's time to meet your demise, just call me Zeus and look to the sky. Everything's amplified, no they cannot deny, I will be rectified. If you dissect me, find scars tissue left behind, injuries that define me to my core. They'll hear me roar like never before, the pain I absorbed is feeding my core. I'm hard to ignore, I'll beat down your door. If you wanted war, well then you got war. And they know that I won't surrender, so they fear me as a contender. When I fight, they always remember, yeah. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great. I will be known, I won't let go. I will not stop, I will be great. 'Cause we can hit it conquer, like we're monsters. We can last much longer, this forever. We can hit it conquer, like we're monsters. And we can last much longer.
Breaking news out of Placer County. 16-year-old Kiely Rodni.
Kylie 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 Rodni is
Kylie Rodni.
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 Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni. Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
Kylie Rodni.
What up, squirrels? How's everybody doing today? Oh, my mic's all fucked up. Starting off great. So I have a lot of videos that I want to go through today. Some are going to be based on Kiely Rodni. Some are going to be covering Placer County corruption. Some are just going to be random things. I've been watching a lot of YouTube over the past couple days. Been trying to inform myself up on some new cases. One that I do want to discuss at some point tonight is LeAndre Flint. He's still missing. Nobody knows where he is. We will get into that here after a bit. As you know, I'm always trying to cover something Kiely Rodni based, whether it's a new bit of information, somebody I think we should look into, or somebody that's just at question. How's everybody doing tonight? I honestly wasn't expecting to do it live until Wednesday, but here we are. I got a lot of information. I need to get some of this played off my playlist before I move on to a Wednesday, so. How's everybody doing? Hi, Katie Buck. How you doing, honey? Christine, welcome. Mark, Miss G. I'm not doing any open panels. Right now, I can't afford to, with the most of my money going to my rent, my electric, food, this whiny-ass dog, my child. Like, that is where all my funding's going. If you guys do want to donate, all of my information is right there on the right-hand side of the screen. I also can accept Venmo. And I think that's about it. That's all about me. But if you guys want to donate, cool. If you don't, cool. Regardless, we still going to continue. So Miss G, and this Miss, you just, I love that you don't quit. At some point tonight, yeah, I want to go through some of her videos because I've been missing out today. I've been cleaning. I went for a walk with Fee. We went grocery shopping. Been dealing with this dog. Still looking for this kitty cat. But something caught my eye today. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the screen before I go on reading the following thing. So, I always wondered, like, when Sammy's best friend Daisy actually, like, got out of school, when school started, and she actually pulled up the academic calendar for 2022. Friday, August 5th was the end of summer session. That's all I'm going to put out there on that. Y'all are free to have your own opinion. Speaking of opinions, I need you guys to know that everything that I put out here is not all facts. Most of it is things that I found that I want to give the nuggets to you. And if you guys want to take that nugget and go find more information on it, if you want to base your own opinions in my chat room, I believe in freedom of speech. Freely speak your mind in my chat. What I'm not going to do is have people hold me to an opinion that changes constantly. If you're not growing, if your opinion is not changing, if you're not changing and growing with new information, you are staying stagnant. And I can't say that enough. I had somebody come at me sideways yesterday about a comment that I had made about the boom truck thing that I said about, what, like 3 to 6 months ago? Something like that. I've put all kinds of theories out there. We don't truly know how Kylie's car got in that water. In my opinion, I don't think she drove in there. So that leaves speculation that, 1, somebody drove her in there. 2, somebody put her in there, whether that was by pushing the car in, driving the car in, towing it in on a boat, towing it in on a tow crane, what have you. All I do is put my opinion out there. If you all don't agree with my opinion, you're free to speak your opinion in my chat room. I love to agree to disagree. I love a good debate. But nothing here other than the facts can I state as facts. And that is why so many people will hear me say, this is my opinion. Allegedly. Speculation. I'm not going to say something for a fact if I don't have a receipt like this on your screen to back it up. I'm also not going to say something as a fact unless I read somebody's like biography or like a real long-winded statement about them or whatever. I'm just going to let people keep on coming in. What's up, Team Up Church? Anna Bean's in the house. Super Agent Sunshine Joy. Kenny's here. Dude, baby, go to bed. You're probably gonna fall asleep. Muse News is in the house. Noelle's here. Bridget's here. Yeah, there's a lot of people showing up. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Please make sure you hit that like. Alright. So, Linda Luchetti. I made a short on her the other day. I was always curious of who this PR woman was that was making some weird ass statements. Actually, before I read this, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna find this video. MB Inc. dropped this video. I don't even know, like, a long ass time ago. 10 months ago. I'm gonna play how I know who Linda is now. Whatever got me even on the whole Linda thing. That's what I'm gonna do. For those people that need brought up to pace. I think the reason why, how you doing, Blind? I think the reason why people confuse what I said in the past to what I'm saying now is because they don't stay up to date on my ever-changing theories, thoughts, speculations, whatever. Our minds change, y'all. If, like I said, if you're not changing, if you're not growing, if you're not evolving, you're de-evolving and staying stagnant. Change is good. All right, so let me find this video. I think it's a regular video. And I do believe Miss Ara is the one that stumbled upon this. Hi, Tiff. How you doing, baby? If I'm not calling your name out, I super apologize. My chat's way over there. It's super small, and I don't have my old lady glasses on. I don't feel like putting it on. So if I can squint and see your name, I'll shout it out. If I can't, I'm sorry. What up, White Rain? How you doing, babe? Oh my God, where's this video? 4 months, 4 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. And if you guys hear like a annoying ass noise in the background, like white noise, it's my air conditioner. I apologize. I gotta leave it on for a minute. Where the fuck is this video? Please tell me you didn't take it down, because if you took it down, then I'm gonna have to go look through my computer for it. Bro. Is it really? It is like a year old. Holy shit. Ah, there you are, Linda. Alright, y'all. So, what this is this is I'm gonna assume this is from like August 9th, August 11th, August 12th, somewhere around. I'm gonna say 9th because all this stuff looks pretty fresh. They got all kind of fresh water, fresh signs, like nothing looks all tattered from weathering stuff for a few days. But what I want you to pay attention to is this bulletin board and this woman that's trying to sell you what she's saying. But the more that I listen to her, it doesn't seem like she knows anything personal about Kiely. It doesn't seem like she really knows anybody personal in this situation, that somebody reached out to her and said, hey, can you be the communications person? Can you speak on this? Whatever her reason is for being here. I think I'm going to give you guys an idea. I think once I read it one more time, I'm going to have an idea of who this lady is as well.
Yeah, it's a friend. It's a friend.
Oh, okay. But I noticed it was from Del Rey.
Yeah,
and then I looked it
bought
up.
it at the concert.
Oh,
I mean, it's
okay.
just, you know, when you go to a concert and they sell T-shirts and they sell sweatshirts and they decide what this beautiful top and they put stuff on them. And
Katie
I think a friend bought it at a concert.
I'm gonna pause this right here. Yeah, like some people should really look up the word think. I am a free thinker myself. I don't follow what anybody else says, and I hope everybody in this chat is a leader of their own. All I'm here to do is put things in front of you, entertain you, and you can take from it whatever you want. If you take from it you don't like me, cool. If you've learned something new today, fucking awesome. If you feel blessed by showing up here, hanging out with your friends, learning some new information, talking about some things, fucking awesome. At the end of the day, I love everybody, including my haters. I have no real beef with nobody. All I'm here is to expose things for what they are, regardless of what. People call me out my shit all day long. I don't care. You're welcome to stay anytime, Blind. All right, let's get this.
And then
That's so much she
her
says.
friend just loaned it to her, coincidentally. And they don't know if she had it with her that night or not. But just...
Did you hear her say, a friend loaned it to her coincidentally? I like some of these words these people use.
Her friend just loaned it to her.
Yeah, you're welcome to say,
coincidentally.
buddy.
And they don't know if she had it with her that night or not. But just, she didn't have girlfriends, teenage girls too.
Yeah.
Clothes, one.
Sorry, I'm talking about two different subjects. My father always taught me to let shit roll off your back. What happened yesterday, I don't carry with me today. That's why maybe some people just don't like me, is because I am the type of person, when I lay my head down at night after I've said my prayers, asked for forgiveness for my fuck-ups, and to learn and be blessed to learn from them tomorrow. Once I go to bed and I shut my eyes, as soon as I wake up, this little reset button pops back up, and it's a new day. It's a new light with new opportunities and new choices you can make. If you're not growing, you're staying stagnant. Also, drink your water, check your mental health, make sure you're staying healthy, get exercise, do good things for yourself, y'all. This lady, though.
Yeah, and then it starts traveling around the media that she made sweatshirt.
No.
No, she
Absolutely
did not.
It
No.
was bought at an event.
Yeah, okay, Linda.
What
Oh,
media?
yeah. This is why I wanted to look at this. I wanted to make sure that her name tag did say Linda on it, because I never paid attention. I was just trying to figure out who this woman was. Her name, it does say Linda, and it just says media in little brackets. That's all it says. Linda, media. Okay, Linda, tell us one more time. Tell us the whole thing.
Coincidentally. And they don't know if she
Wait,
had it
say
with
that
her.
again.
Just loaned it to her, coincidentally. At a concert event for her. And then her friend just loaned it to her, coincidentally. And they...
I think someone printed her a little piece of paper and was like, this is what you're going to tell everybody that comes to the entrance of the bulletin board. Give them the basic rundown and send them on. You'll get it. You'll understand her. You'll
I
understand.
don't know if she had it with her that night or not.
Yes, she
But
does.
she didn't have
Yes, she
girlfriends,
does.
teenage
Yes, she
girls.
does, Katie Bud.
Yeah.
Clothes, one.
What up, Cindy? How you doing, babe?
Yeah, and then it starts traveling around the media that she made sweatshirt.
No.
No.
Don't let these people be fooling you either. The media is owned by corporations. They're businesses too. Just like police departments, they're businesses too. Just like prisons, they're businesses too. Just like our own federal system is a business too. This lady has been put here on business just to do her thing.
She did not.
It
No.
was bought at an event.
What media are you with?
Yeah.
I volunteer to help the media.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, that'd be good.
I ain't from no media, y'all. I'm just here to volunteer. That's all I'm here to do. She ain't here from Utah doing this shit for free.
Just to help get stories. That they
Hold up,
need.
Linda. Tell me again.
She made sweatshirt.
No.
No, she
Absolutely
did not.
It
No.
was bought at an event.
What media are you with?
Yeah, what
I
media?
volunteer to help the media.
Oh,
Covered that
okay.
shit up
Actually,
real
that's a
quick.
person just to help get stories that they need help, like if they want
Yeah, they work,
interviews or
80.
information. But her mom had said, I believe her mom had said that it was just.
Okay, whoever said that this is a close friend of Lindsay, Rodney Neiman, if she's believing somebody said, it means she read this off of a paper and she's just trying to remember what she was told, regurgitating it like the media does. She is a PR person. Okay, this lady. Yeah, yep. Crane Kicks got it. I'm gonna put that up on a screen. I'm gonna let this lady keep talking.
Bought at an event or a shop or something.
I think her mom said.
Get stories that they need help, like if they want interviews or information. But her mom had helped.
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
It was bought
Hold up.
at an event.
What media are you with?
I volunteer to help the media.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, that'd be the person just to help get stories that they need help, like if they want interviews or information. But her mom had said,
If you want what'd she say? Interviews or information? What'd she say? Hold up.
I believe her mom had said that it was just bought at an event or a shop.
Interviews or
something.
information.
They didn't make this, and they had no control over what was on it. They just liked it. And I think the daughter's very musical. And I think liked her voice, and so I think, and they're just girlfriends passing clothes around. They girlfriends do.
Thank you.
Yo, I hear somebody that did an interview talking in the background, and she said something like, if you see something, say something, and it's the same voice. Remember that Megan interview of the girl from the store, I hear her voice in the background. I am going to sit tomorrow and I'm going to isolate parts of this audio because I hear other people talking. It's okay. I want to hear what Linda says right here again, one more time.
I volunteer to help the media.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually not a media person, just to help get stories.
She lied. She said I'm actually not a media person. Linda, you lied. You lied, lady. I'm sorry, but you lied.
Okay.
Well, actually not a media person, just to help get stories if they need help, like if they want to interview.
Just to get stories that need help in the media.
News or information.
News or information. Okay.
I believe her mom had said that it was just...
All right, Linda, I'm done. Let's just get on to the Linda here. Because I don't think she says anything else of relevance, but I'm going to skip back to where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is.
Get people put the flyers on there.
Oh, I know who I hear. I hear Cassie in the background, too. That's who I hear. Okay, but that's that, okay? Just to give you an idea of where I'm about to go with this. So, that Miss Lady, her name is Linda Luchetti. It's public document. You can go look all kinds of things up on her. To the little bird that sent me a little tweet on the X on this right here, thank you. Thank you. You are a godsend. Okay. This was published February 28th. Hey, that's my birthday. 2016. This is Linda Luchetti, team mom and concierge to the Utah Jazz. If I'm too loud, let me know by putting a 1 in chat. If I'm not loud enough, put a 2. And if my audio is perfect, put a 3. That way I ain't blowing y'all shit up. I'm going to take a couple hits off vape and check on the chat. White Rain, if you can either are you in Discord? I could have sworn you had an invite. If not, email me and I'll drop you an invite, or email it to me and I'll still send you an invite. I need to start building up the Discord again. If anybody would like to join the Discord, my email is in the bottom left hand side of your screen. Go ahead and email me and I will get you a link sent to Discord. I'm trying to clean Discord up because y'all be wilding out. There's a lot of information on Kiely Rodni, a lot of different cases, a lot of information on conspiracy theories, arts and crafts, all kinds of things. Y'all are more than welcome to join. All that I ask is you just leave that crazy drama, he said, she said stuff at the door. I don't care if you guys talk shit on, content creators or base your opinion on people. Let me rephrase that. Not talk shit. But if you want to base your opinion on how somebody makes you feel, for me, I'm telling you that it's safe to talk there, but I can't claim other people that they won't take screenshots and stab you in the back and be like, oh, guess what she or he said, I can't promise that. That's why I just tell people to leave the drama at the door. If it's something that's going to cause a conflict because you said something to another channel, let's not do all that. But if you would like to join the Discord, please just shoot me an email with the subject or the title, whatever, Discord, and I will get you a link sent. Now, let's move on to this, because this is a long-winded. I hope y'all are ready for this. Salt Lake City, Utah. Linda Luchetti is one of only a handful of female executives in the NBA front office. But it isn't as glamorous as it sounds. She describes herself as a team mom, not teen, team, like hoorah, team, and shares a tiny office with 3 other staffers. Now, mind you, this is from 2016. She is now retired. I just want to give you a background on who she is. The office borders the team's practice court, and its floor-to-ceiling window is sometimes tattooed with sweaty handprints and even face prints. Ugh. The players like to stretch against it, she says, laughing. Some of them to make faces at me. She climbed on a chair to clean them off. Luchetti's official title is Vice President of Basketball Operations for the Utah Jazz, a title held by only one other woman in the league. The title connotes that she is evaluating and sorting through basketball talent. Not so. I honestly don't know a lot about basketball, she says, and I was not a good athlete. I I won most inspirational consistently. Her job description is not easy to define. Even for Luchetti, before this interview, she called Jazz General Managers Dennis Lindsay to ask him exactly how she could describe her job. I'll highlight that for anybody that is curious on what name I just said. We're still trying to define it, she says. It was really broad and vague when I took the job. Not many teams are going this around the league. So what does she do? I am a high-level concierge for our players and their families, she says. That's a pretty good way to put it. No. I want the details. I want the goods. I want to know. I want to know what this job really is, Linda. Instead of doing public relations for the team with the outside world, she performs PR with the players. It's about player retention and recruitment, she explains. What can we do to the best in the league at creating an atmosphere that our players want to be in and stay in? Luchetti's job is to make life easier for players and their families. She is the team's can-do facilitator. If players need help finding a school, childcare, real estate agent, or English lesson, they call Luchetti. Who does she know? Who does she trust? If it's what I do, why not call me? She says. This shit just gets weirder and weirder. Yeah, Muse News, you got it. She's like the fixer yes ma'am. Finding a plumber or even say a mattress is not as simple as it sounds. I love you so much, but you're fucking shit up right now. What do you need? What do you need? You don't like this lady? Hold on one second. I gotta get my dog a treat. Keep going. Here, want a treat? Want a couple treats? Yeah, my butt. Here, you want this choo-choo? Take that. Ooh, yeah. That'll keep her busy for about 3 minutes. I better start reading a little bit faster. Finding a plumber or even say a mattress is not as simple as it sounds. Dude, I get in my car and I go do it. Or I look on Google and I look up a phone number and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna go call and get my shit. Anyway, it's weird as hell. It's like a middleman of extra money. Anyway, we don't care about this person. This person ordered a mattress for $23,000, y'all, and Miss Linda Luchetti helped do it. I'll just break that down for you. Okay. I can't. Anyway. I make sure that companies don't send anyone to a player's home who will tweet information like said price tag because somebody put out how much somebody paid for a mattress, which who gives a fuck? If you got the money, spend it. You can't take it with you. It's the ones that let it go to their head that bother me. Yeah, she seemed real bothered to be there. I honestly, in my opinion, I think there was a lot of people that didn't want to have to do this. I think there was a lot of people that... I'm just going to shut up. Anyway, so let's get to this part. Okay. I make sure that companies don't send anyone to a player's home who will tweet information like that, says Luchetti. She receives calls 24/7 from players or members of their families. She has been called in the middle of the night when a family member couldn't reach a player on the road. She helps when... This just gets weird. She helps when a child or a player becomes ill. Like when a basketball player's child gets ill, they call her to make a doctor's appointment. That's crazy as hell. She sounds like a nanny. Anyway, she says the Jazz have a relationship with the University Medical Center and Primary Children's Hospital. And Luchetti meets them at the hospital. She's been called upon when someone tried to break into a player's house. They're going to call her, not the police, not real important people, but when someone break into someone's house, they're going to call Linda Luchetti to represent it on the media, I guess. I don't fucking know, dude. This shit's weird as hell to me. Anyway, the player called Luchetti and the police, and Luchetti sent a security expert to the house to check the locks. Y'all so busy that you're calling Linda Luchetti to call somebody for you. Maybe they got phone anxiety. I don't know, man. This shit's crazy as hell, right? When someone sent his children to the door of a player's house for an autograph, when someone else showed up at the player's door late at night. I'm the player's connection to the team. No, you're the player's connection to the outside world, not the team. That's a what? Okay, anyway, during games you will rarely find Luchetti watching the action. She's mingling with the players' wives and children in the family room, a place under the arena seats where families can socialize, play, and find babysitters if wanted. If a player agrees to make an appearance somewhere in the community, Luchetti ensures that his wife or girlfriend is invited and that they have a babysitter if need be. They're gone a lot already during the season, so if they're using free time to make an appearance for us, we want to make it a date night for them, she says. Oh, by the way, if you guys are wondering where I got this from, this is through the Larry H. Miller Company website. It's just a press release about her, pretty much, about the crew. Before Valentine's Day, the Jazz spent several days on the road. Luchetti arranged to have a half-dozen vendors set up a temporary shop outside the players' lounge at the practice facility the day before the team left town, offering chocolates, flowers, and so forth. The players got their shopping done on the spot without having to go to the mall. It's not a thankless job. She receives notes, Christmas cards, and photos from current former players and their wives. Knock it off. No. Go tell Brubby about it. Phoenix. Handle your dog. Derek Favors named her godmother to his twins. She has photos of the players' children on the wall. So she's like a grandma to a whole bunch of people. Is that kind of what it is? She like the nanny? I don't... Okay. I can't say I miss former players because technically that is tampering, she says, laughing at the absurdity, so I have to be careful. That's odd. It goes unspoken that she misses those who have moved elsewhere and continues to communicate with them occasionally. The vision for Luchetti's job came from a coach, Quinn Snyder, team president Randy Rigby and Lindsay, when the Miller Group, the parent company of the Utah Jazz, reorganized leadership last year and made Clark Whitworth the new CEO. It was decided they should utilize Luchetti's considerable experience, people skills, and problem-solving savvy. If you guys go and look up Linda Luchetti, she has a lot of background in media, like newspapers, teaching kids how to do that stuff in college. She worked for NBC, I think it's ABC, the San Francisco Examiner. Yeah, she got her a lot of media experience. It's just weird how she gets close to the families here like a grandma. It's kind of odd. But okay, that's her job. She got paid to do it, and they were okay with paying her thousands of dollars to hook them up, I guess. I don't know. Actually, no, the corporation of Utah Jazz, like this Larry H. Miller, would be paying her because that's part of their... I see why they chose her. Anyway. So let me read on here. Okay, the job marked a return to her roots in sports. Growing up in San Rafael, California, she and a friend started their own soccer team because their high school didn't have one. She recruited players and publicized the team. I'm gonna whoop your ass. What are you doing? Go ask Brubby. Hold on one second. I'm gonna mute myself so I can yell for my kid. Okay, anyway. She recruited players and publicized the team with flyers and news stories, her first taste of marketing. She was also general manager of a local radio station. One of her teachers owned the station and wrote for the local newspaper. Those things led me to where I am. She says, I decided I liked media and sports. But yeah, you don't watch it. Will you please take her out? She's barking at me like a lunatic. After graduating with a communications degree from the University of California, Berkeley, she was hired first by a radio station and then by a TV station working in public relations. The TV station sponsored the famed Bay to Breakers road race. She worked part-time in the production of the race and eventually became an associate producer of the race. Does it mention in her about her working with like the Olympics and stuff? Maybe, I don't know. She left the TV station to take a job with owner of Bay to Breakers, the San Francisco Chronicle, which hired her to be an assistant race director and to assist with other professional arrangements. I'm going to just keep skipping through here. Yep. She worked for the Olympics. She worked at Atlanta Olympic Stadium, overseeing 500 reporters and photographers. Okay. After that, she remained in the Olympics, moved to Salt Lake City. Damn, she worked for the 2002 Winter Olympic Games. Damn. When the Winter Games ended, she returned to San Francisco. Ain't that? Oh, she didn't, though. It never happened. She stayed in Salt Lake City. She married Dave Cleveland, a pilot for Delta Airlines. I wonder if she gets... I wonder if she gets private... I wonder if she takes private flights. Remember all them private flights? Remember that real private flight that happened from Utah to California? Oh, shit. Alright, I'm gonna read some chat. I think I might be... Yeah, look, her resume is long. I showed y'all in Discord her resume. That shit long. I could probably screenshot, like, the main part of her resume, but I ain't into, like, doxing people and all of that stuff. If it's public record, and it's a list of public records that you can just go look up, okay, I'll do it privately, but yeah. Alright, it goes on to tell about her husband, how she... Wait. In 2006, the Jazz were using a family room near the locker room of the arena, but no one oversaw it during the games. Luchetti heard ramblings from players and wives about improvements they wanted. She went to the general manager, Kevin O'Connor, and volunteered to work in the room during the games and asked for a budget to make improvements and manage it. I had an ulterior motive, she says. If I can get the wives what they want, the players will do what I ask in terms of appearance and interviews and so forth. I'm done reading, y'all. I'm gonna drop the link to this very, very long-winded. That's enough for me, man. That's her statement. That shit's in quotes. That ain't for me. Nope. It's long. Look. It's long. Look, if you don't leave me the fuck alone, I'm gonna call somebody. Stop it. No. I've given you a bowl of food. I gave you a big... Look, you got a big old chewy bone over there. I can eat it around my dog's sleep bones. Come on. Why being a crackhead? Come here. Get all these toys. Look, all these toys. I will make the whole floor look like a 2-year-old just ran up to this bitch. Pick some. Entertain yourself, please. Look at this big ass phone. Shoot. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes, dogs act like children. Oh no! Why does my chat say it's not there? That's weird. So I can't, alright, I can't show my chat right this second. I'm not worried about that right now. I need to keep moving on. I dropped that in chat for y'all. If y'all want to go read Linda Luchetti's biography, I mean, it's all there. I think at one point it says she didn't even go to college. Anyway, let's just move along. So I know y'all have watched The Reporter Room. There's just a couple things she says in this specific thing that I want to re-listen to real quick, and then we'll move on. Because J-Rod On Point had a gentleman up on his panel, and I know you guys know who Speak Van Holding is, and some of the statements he made in it. I just want to play a small clip of it. Give a shout out to J-Rod, his panel that he did as live. Drop his channel. Y'all go subs to him. Listen to his stuff. Because I tell you what, the past 3 days, the people that he's had on his panel and said some important stuff. Anyway, let's move along.
We began our search for Kiely at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10:40 a.m. We placed 2 sonar boats in the water. By 11:15 a.m., Nick detected an object underwater
I don't think
using
that's
cutting-edge Garmin sonar technology.
This right here. This was premiered on October 3rd of 2022 from the reporter room. I will drop the link to that. It's just things that were pointed out in this, and the way that was pieced together, I really, really, really like it. Okay.
We began our search for Kiely at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10:40 a.m. We placed 2 sonar boats in the water. By 11:15 a.m.
Hold on, let me pause. What is going on in my chat right now? Y'all, please don't, like, have healthy debates. Have healthy debates, but yeah, don't be dissing nobody in chat. Try not to. I mean, you guys are grown-ass adults. You can say what you want. You're accountable for what you say. I say shit, and I just really, in a moment, don't care.
Nick detected an object underwater using cutting-edge Garmin sonar technology. I was able to then confirm that it was, in fact, a vehicle in roughly 14 feet of water.
This is Reporter Room with Jessica Della Davies.
Welcome to Reporter Room. My name is Jessica Della Davies, and I'm an investigative journalist. Okay, a lot of you guys have been asking me about what I think about what's going on with the Kiely Rodni case, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And I do have some interesting.
Okay, let's go.
And at the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you some new information on Kiely's death certificate, and we're going to discuss the controversy about some interesting updates in regards to Kiely Rodni and some information that I have pieced together about Sammy Smith that you need to be aware of. I've been reading through all of your comments and learning more about everything that you guys are thinking, and I think that doing the pieces of the puzzle that we've been working on together has really helped us towards solving the Kiely Rodni case, because if we can understand the why, then we can understand the who. So please stay with me, because I do have
I'm trying to.
And at the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you some new information on Kiely's death certificate.
I want to play a video
and we're going to
Mark
discuss the controversy regarding the box that was ticked unknown in regards to Kiely being pregnant. So please stay with me. So if you're not aware, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office released a statement that they were not going to be sharing any information about Kiely's cause of death or final toxicology until November, which really doesn't make a lot of sense considering that toxicology takes around 6 weeks. So we should have had it back by now. We also know that they know what the manner of death is because Kiely has been cremated. So they are just waiting for that toxicology report to make their case. But they should have it by now. So what is going on with that? And in reading some of your comments, I noticed that some of you guys think that the reason law enforcement pushed the release date of her...
Look, I would love to know how this lady feels on the fact that there's still no CHP report. We're 2 in queue and 90 days out. Wonder how you feel about that.
Her death out to November 1st is that they're hoping that another big case comes along, new shiny object, and we will all be distracted by it and abandon the Kiely Rodni case. Then they can just sneak out the information and nobody will notice. However, I don't think that's what's going on here. If you haven't seen my video on solving the case, you will want to see this next, because we collectively do a deep dive into the Kiely Rodni case and have put a lot of pieces of the puzzle together. I will link it for you in the description below.
You gotta move along.
So let's talk about Sammy and this recording that was done on Icamail's channel prior to the interview. This was done before the interview that Sammy did with All American Dream Chaser. According to this Megan, who's one of the parents of the kids and also says that she knows Sammy very well, she says that Sammy knew Kiely was not in any condition to drive because Kiely told her this. Listen to this.
So Sam was at the party with Kiely. They were at the party. They were going back and forth to the car. They came back.
Kenny, the reason why she says thinks is because these kids are all trying to pretend like they don't really know each other all that well. It's really odd that she's trying to pretend like she don't know Jagger, but Megan admits to rolling up on Sammy and the boys and Jagger being at the fucking apartment. So,
And they were gonna go home, and Kiely said,
Sam, open
how
opinions
much, are
here,
you
Blitz.
okay to drive? Kiely said, no, I'm not gonna drive yet, and I want to stay longer.
So why didn't Sammy take Kiely with her?
Say how you feel here, honey.
She did know that Kiely was drinking, and according to Megan, it was common.
The only lines we have here on Squirrels on Fire, and my mods know it, is as long as you're not being derogatory or straight up like being a bully directly to people. Like, I mean, we joke around about people here, and like, you gotta have some little thick skin here.
For kids to sleep at Prosser Campground. But it gets even worse. Listen to this part.
So I am in bad cell service because that's what happens up here. But what it comes down to is that they were trying to figure out how they were going to get home. They were all talking to each other to try to figure out what they were going to say to their parents because they wanted to stay longer at the party. Some of them wanted to stay later. Some of them wanted to spend the night. It's known fact that in the town that if they get all of their parents knew where they were.
This fucking word salad ass bitch.
That's what we do in this town. It's been known for 20 years.
Okay, so according to Megan, who was a parent that called into Mail's channel, the parents knew that the kids were drinking at this party. And I am just in shock because we know that this was a senior farewell party and that
would Megan call it a senior farewell goodbye party? But it's weird that they're calling it a senior goodbye party. I mean, I understand, okay, they're going away to college, but y'all already had graduation. It's just odd to me. Why don't you just say you were having a normal fucking party where a fight club was about to happen?
Undergraduate kids, underage kids were invited to be at this party. So this puts Kiely's mom's comment about there being honor in silence into a whole new context, doesn't it? So you guys have been commenting that you thought it was sketchy, and I think you may be right. The town of Truckee, which is where Kiely lived with her parents, is a very small town. It's around...
Look, on Sunday's art thing, if you guys want to, let's make some red flags. And just do like red flag written on it or something like that. We'll make flags.
17,000 people. So everybody knows everyone else. So law enforcement, judges, they're all part of this small, tight-knit community.
Everybody knows
and
everybody.
So you guys
From
are the ones that brought this to my attention. So I thank you for that. And maybe this is why parents are encouraging their kids not to come forward. Is this why so many kids felt comfortable not cooperating? Because they were in contact with each other and their parents were in contact with each other in this small town. Did the parents, or at least some of the parents, know that their kids did go up to Lake Prosser to drink, and that's why they encouraged them to spend the night at the campground? So Megan also confirms that there was a mass exodus from the party, and she describes a line of cars. Listen to this.
So what I was just trying to say is that they were going back and forth on who was going to stay later. They thought that Kiely stayed the night out there, but at 8 o'clock in the morning, when people went to go leave, her car was then gone. So and the last time that Sam saw her was at 12:30 when they texted each other, and they said they were coming home. That Kiely was at the party.
Oh my God!
And everybody
Hi,
was
Angel, how you doing?
whining and starting to leave. So.
Okay, so this does confirm what the two...
She makes me want to bang my head off a wall. I'm sorry. I'm glad she talks better now, though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the Megan that talks now, if you see how calm, cool, collected she is, you can tell when she was nervous as fuck. Word salad starts.
2 campers reported seen around 12:30 p.m. with a mass exodus of cars leaving the party. So I ask you again, who leaves a great party, a party that blew up around 10:30 p.m. at 12:30 p.m.? What was going on? So now let's look at this death certificate that's been floating around. First of all, it is real. It's not fake. And in California, let's look.
None of this shit in her car was tested for fingerprints. Man, I can't wait to see this CHP report. I have a feeling we're all going to be real fucking angry after it drops.
Look at this death certificate that's been floating around. First of all, it is real. It's not fake. And in California, anyone can request a death certificate. However, if you are not related to the victim in some way, or the deceased in some way, you will get it with this stamp on it.
Yep.
So was Kiely pregnant? The death certificate shows that the box is ticked as unknown.
Oh!
So let's look at the question. The question says, has she ever been pregnant within the last year? The medical examiner would not have this information and would not be able to say with 100% certainty that someone had not been pregnant within the last year in most cases, right? Especially if that person was only 16 years old.
Yep.
So the correct box to check, if you don't know, would be unknown. So I don't think there's anything particularly suspicious about that being checked in that manner. So many of you are pointing out that the sheriff in Truckee is also the coroner, and now I'm learning that the same person is also the administrator.
Yeah.
So would this be a conflict of interest?
Yes,
well,
it
Judy
is.
Ron had a super interesting guest on who was a medical examiner, and she did a video on this, and it's from September 26th on his channel, and I will link it for you in the description below. And the medical examiner, she said that it gives the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, quote, gives me pause, end
Yep,
quote.
she did.
So she is raising a red flag around the fact that the sheriff and the public administrator and the coroner are all the same person.
I love all
and the
y'all.
sheriff is Shannon Moon. So according to the medical examiner who appeared on Judy Ron, she did see this as a big red flag. So I'm not clear on why law enforcement is taking until November 1st to release this information. But I do believe that they have something to prove now. They know we're all watching this case.
Yeah.
They know they missed Kylie's vehicle, if it was there.
Oh!
And they know that they left her laptop on the floor of Lake Prosser.
Look, so many people, and I did not realize, and I understand like a lot of people come into my chats and they support that this is no accident theory. But upon going to Brittany J's live the other night, I tell you what, the realization that how many people don't buy this accident narrative is incredible. It is incredible to know how many people are on Kylie's side, the actual victim. So we're going to continue on, just kind of like pointing into the direction of the corruption, the lies, the bullshit, just the bullshit. It's bullshit what they did to Kiely. I'm sorry. I have every right to be angry at her mother that couldn't go looking for her. Oh, just have respect for the family. I have respect for the mom. I feel for her, and I hope it weighs on her every day until the day that she dies, that she didn't go look for her daughter, that she didn't speak up for her daughter, that she's allowing internet strangers to speak up for her daughter. Like, she still could be posting stuff. The fact that she denied a bench, that's heartbreaking, dude. Like, that's your daughter. And I'm sorry, people can look at me the way that they want, but I will always represent the victim. And the victim here is Kiely Rodni. Okay, let's hop into
state.
So listen closely to what Speak Van Holding is saying. This man spits facts. He has the education, the career path, that he can speak on these things the way that he does. in the terms of this.
Statements and
Mad shout outs to J-Rod. Please go subscribe to him, thumb him up. If you don't like him, I'm sorry. I do. From time to time, I pop into a live and I listen to him. I try to listen to everybody. If you're talking about Kiely Rodni or corruption or things that should be in the limelight of things, I'm there. I support that. I watch things like NorCal Cop Watch all the time. Absolutely, absolutely mad props to people that cover corruption. I watch channels that talk about basic government corruption, UFOs, all kinds of shit. All kinds of nerdy ass shit.
even though a lot
my
of
coffee's
people
almost done. I'm so
consider
excited.
those statements and like hot takes, but they hot for a reason, and it's because it has substance and it has fundaments and bases, legal basis that I rely on.
Think about this. If Sammy say she spoke to Kiely Rodni, why wouldn't the police come out and say we confirmed that she was alive and she was speaking? Because she was dead. They know it. And they just say, we're not gonna speak about that. See, that is very crucial, all right? I told you, I said that her mother Kiely Rodni's mother should sue and the truth will come out. She not really trying to sue.
So I have a question for you from
Pause right there. The fact, I'm just going to say, the fact that the family isn't suing, isn't seeking justice. Look at what Gabby Petito's family is doing. That is a family that wants justice served for their child. The way that I see this family reaching in the pockets of other people make them not look like good people. I'm just going to put it that way. The fact that they had this past year to get her liver sample, have it retested for drugs. It all paints to they already knew before they found her of what happened to her. And it's the whole community knows. All of these kids know. That's why the parents said, shh, we don't want none of that. That's why they sent all these PR people in to just help cover up and continue with the corruption. And the thing of it is people think that corruption starts at the bottom. And it's not. Corruption starts at the top of things where the money is that can make it go away, that can make it go to a certain narrative, to make it look a specific way. And it goes down the totem pole, down the pyramid.
From King Scarlet News over here on the chat room. I have a question from King Scarlet. She asked,
King Scarlet,
what if someone comes out and say that this was a murder?
If they came out and said it was a murder,
Like a witness that are willing to go all the way through.
I'm finna tell you, the police gonna make sure they get killed. It's a cover up.
Oh, so they already know what's up.
They know what's up. Listen to me. I'm gonna say this again.
Absolutely.
It's just like with the Brian Colbert, an alibi.
Absolutely.
So basically, Sammy said, I have an alibi. I talked to her, she was alive. That is crucial. So they can easily pull cell phone records, right?
Yeah.
So why was they so hush-hush about it?
Yeah, I mean, and they didn't declare Sammy as a suspect, so it was no investigation provided from herself on nothing.
Comment.
Well, that's because they already knew the whole story.
Just keep listening.
I'm glad that we having you here talking about it, bro.
A town, let's just put it. I'm gonna put it like this in a blunt way. All right. I'm just gonna be honest with you. This is how they looking at it. She's a trashy white girl, all right? She's not gonna interfere with our money. She's not gonna interfere with this town, and we damn sure not gonna be sued by our mother. Do you see where it's going?
Right.
The mom ain't gonna see nobody. Nobody. Fuck that bitch.
Like like a tourist thing, right? People stay there. Think about it. The people that live in Truckee, grew up in Truckee, being ran out by money. Money.
So you know what confirmed that statement that you just made? The fact that they trying to sue Ryan Upchurch for his statements, but they're not suing the state of California because they couldn't find Kiely when Kiely was right there the whole time.
That's right. See, like I say, man, to divert attention, they will attack the people that they think is weak. Now, I don't know what all Brian Church has said, but one thing about it is that, you know, this is another distraction. All right? Once Sammy said she gave her alcohol, she should have sued Sammy and got a judgment. She should have sued Truckee Police Department for knowingly allowing, it's a known fact that the police did nothing about underage drinking. So a lawsuit for the police knowing intentionally ignoring underage drinking contributed to Kiely Rodni's death, if you want to believe it was an accident.
So, in other words,
I'm going to pause this right here. I'm going to tell y'all, if you pay attention to a money trail, it will tell you a lot of things about a lot of people and a lot of situations around Kiely Rodni.
someone is gonna be very happy as soon as I say this, because I know they're watching right now. So, like someone says that is very close to the case. Someone says that no one will ever know what really happened to Kiely Rodni, and they were not kidding about it.
Well, I'll put it like this here. People already know what happened. What that person probably means is that the public may never know, but people already know. The police know.
I believe that I know.
Let me show you something. When you start running into people, and they said the police chief, their commanders, they say, hey, we're not going to look there. They're not going to look there. They're going to do whatever their chief tell them, whatever their captain tell them. Think about this all the time. We have been programmed to think that we can trust the police, that there are some good cops. But what people don't understand, the police department as a whole is a business.
It is
so I don't care if they're good cops. I'm looking at the whole entity, the way it's ran.
Yep.
That's why you see some cops getting convicted, some cops getting promoted when they do.
Remember when Megan said, for every 2 bad cops, I can point out 10 good cops. It doesn't matter if you have 100 good cops. If you have 2 bad cops on a force and everybody's supporting those 2 bad cops, it makes the whole force look bad. And then the more that I dig into Placer County and the corruption and the shit that's going on and these stories that are coming out, which we're going to touch on a lot of that shit tonight as well, it's corruption. It's corruption. And the thing that is you have all of these people that live there that are like, oh, but Truckee, Tahoe's so beautiful. Meanwhile, they don't give a fuck that the corruption is running them. They just stay in their bubble and they bowed head, button-lipped, don't tell nothing. Don't tell on nobody. But here's the thing. One day, it has a possibility of happening to you and your family. And you're not going to understand the importance of speaking up for Kiely Rodni until it happens to you. Until you become a Trinity Backus or a Dante De La Torre or a Michael Shane Youngers. You're not going to know until it becomes you.
Some criminal type shit against people. And you
Absolute
got some
corruption.
they throw to the dogs because the ones they throw into the dogs is not in the inner circle. Everybody in the inner circle made a pact to uphold certain things. And if you're not in that inner circle, you're going to be thrown to the dogs.
And I think that's everything in life.
Damn, Glitched.
Yeah.
It's just in different levels of society.
You should email me, Glitched.
It's a doggy dog world, man. It's a doggy dog world. So I think the Kiely Rodni case conversation it was over quick.
Think about this here. In any murder case that you can ever think of, they always trying to ask who the last person you've seen to talk to, right?
Yep.
So Sammy said, I talked to her. I was the last person to talk to her.
She, and then after she told everybody, yeah, bitch, I'm the last one. I knew what was happening. She straight up admitted she was the last person to know what was happening. Okay? Then she goes on to tell her community that she'll take them people's names to jail. She don't care. She don't care if you don't know Kiely or not. She'll take your name to jail. That's kind of fucked up statements that are made. And that's how you can focus on this case and realize somebody did something to Kiely. And then they turned around and they blamed the fucking victim. I hope that knowing what happened to Kiely tears at your fucking soul until you either break and speak out or until you're tormented. Maliciousness has no forgiveness. God will not forgive you. And the sad thing is, a lot of these people don't even believe in God. And that's why they do what they do.
Where's the cell phone? And whatever Brian Church is saying, all Brian Church got to do, I don't know the basis of the lawsuit or what was said. I'll subpoena the records to show that Sammy talked to her. And it's not, they're not going to be able to produce them.
Please do, Glitched.
Like I said, I don't know what he said, but
okay, I'm gonna end it right there. I just wanted you guys to hear that part of it, but there's another part that I want you to hear.
Do he had the involvement in having he focus on what
investigating and try don't have nothing to do with this. You need to answer. You have to answer the complaints of your default.
Yeah, this is, I think
Brian
it just
Church,
talks
but
about the lawsuit.
you don't need to
No.
be in there. You can
no bone record that they requesting
lawsuit.
Hold on.
It's gonna apply, but
I think that's all that. Okay, so then we're gonna move on to something that has a little bit of comedy, but it also has a lot of truth to it. And I love me some Sir Bum. If y'all don't know who the bum is, please go subscribe to his channel. Please get him to 1,000 subscribers. This man is literally homeless, living out of his truck with his puppy dog. And I just want to see him get to 1,000 subscribers. He has all the views. All he's waiting to do is to get to 1,000 subscribers so that he can receive his payment. So he doesn't have to keep begging everybody for money, and so he can continue making his content. He's got a lot of good entertainment. If he's not your cup of tea, I'm sorry, but you should subscribe to him anyway. Give the man a chance. This right here, dude, I wish I would have been up and watching and been in this live when this shit was going on. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link directly to his channel. Please, 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 please go subscribe to him. Please. Yep, there's his channel right there. Please go subscribe to him. If you can drop him a couple bucks, that'd be great too. If you want to drop me a couple bucks, that would be great, but it's not required. He is, dude. Like, I get bummed out when I don't get my fix of the bum. Like, I was devastated to see that I missed his live, but I have been doing so much shit the past 2 days that, like, I was lucky that I was even prepared for a live tonight, y'all. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie. What he does here, let's just do it. Y'all can judge me for him calling a female a bitch. Y'all can get butthurt about it. Grow a little bit thicker skin. He's a grown-ass man. He can speak how he wants. If you don't like the way he talks, I mean, you don't have to subscribe to him. But I think he's great. I think he's wonderful. Sir Bum. Let's get him.
This type of pressure. All these applications running and everything.
He's funny as hell, dude.
Alright, we're gonna try and give her hell, though.
Let's get it, buddy.
We're back.
Definitely never saw Jagger there. I don't.
He is.
Alright, so the
He's
like
comedy
counter is
gold.
that one.
Good
Let's go
humor.
back. Just a little bit.
Friends. Due to privacy reasons, their voice has been altered, and their name will remain.
Like, people wouldn't put 2 and 2 together and figure out who the fuck it was. Like, y'all out here are so worried about, like, disguising people's voices. Like, this is how, like, I understand it because there has been voices that I want to protect. There are a lot of names that I do protect that email me, that come in my chats. I get it. I understand it. But, like, you're talking about putting something out on the internet. Like, it's not easy to take off the pitch and edit the audio and figure out whose voice it is. Like, you can't compare text messages to what she's saying here and not figure out who it is. I don't know what they thought.
Anonymous.
She not though.
There were around 200 people.
Okay, so that's lie number one. There was never 200 people. That's a lie.
All right.
There was never 200 people. That's a.
So what we're doing here, if you guys haven't watched this yet, is we're counting lies of Elsa's.
We're around 200 people.
Okay, so that's lie number one. There was never 200 people. That's a lie.
It's not very usual to see this at a party, especially at Sanctuary, because the road is so rough. People hate partying out there.
I agree, Kenny. I think a lot of her little besties covered her ass, is what it is. Like, these kids claim that they're churchy people, and yet they're protecting, like, what happened to Kiely. It's deplorable. I'm sorry, but it is. It's fucking deplorable.
Like counter two. People do like to party out there.
Like, their ritzy lifestyles are more important.
I never saw anyone sketchy show up. I never noticed anyone sketchy while I was there. I definitely never saw Jagger there.
Yeah, they do, Muse.
Alright, so those are the only two truths she's probably saw, because there probably was never scary people there, and Jagger probably was never there.
I don't think he was there at all. When I spoke to Kiely, she was intoxicated, but she seemed happy.
Nah, bro, that's a lie. Kiely was never intoxicated. So we're gonna mark that as 3.
Nope.
Boom. 3 lies so far. We haven't even broken it yet. We're only 1:18 into a 14-minute video.
There was nobody there in wet clothes. They would have frozen so badly. It was raining all day.
Alright, we got 2 more lies. We got a lie about supposedly Sammy. No one was wet, which is a lie. Sammy got wet. And another lie, number 5th lie, about the weather, that it was raining. That's bullshit. I already checked the weather report. It was not raining.
It was cold out.
This bitch is a liar.
I don't know about the shrooms. I don't smoke or trip on substances, so I don't really look for them.
That's fine, I get it. Drugs aren't for everybody, so why bother looking for something if you're not into something? I get it, but they were there. They were there. You were just clueless.
I do believe she was intoxicated before 11. The girls in the black and white photo were in Reno, not Prosser, and I know this for sure because I am friends with the one that took the photo.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Don't know about Sammy and Kylie's relationship. I never saw Kiely fight anyone, but the fight that was on video was a playful fight. I know those boys.
But look, she says right here, okay, that she didn't see Kiely fight anyone, and that this specific fight was a playful fight. She doesn't say that there wasn't any other fight. She's just saying this specific one that was caught on video, that was the playful fight.
Was a playful fight. I know those boys.
Okay, hold up.
I never saw Kiely fight anyone, but the fight that was on video was a playful fight. I know those boys.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see Kiely
Glitched, yeah. If anybody has high blood pressure here, please make sure you're taking blood pressure medication because it does make your heart rate elevate a little bit here.
drink or smoke, but she did smell strongly of alcohol and...
Okay, that's another lie about Kiely being drunk. This is a lie because of what the toxicology report says. So, we'll go ahead and mark that up as number 6.
Lie number 6. We ain't very far into this either. Shit.
And we'll continue.
Was having a hard time walking straight and her speaking was slow. I don't believe that this could have been a drunk accident.
Look, man, when I get stoned as fuck, my speech gets slow too. So, these people that told truths and added lies to it, like, I hope y'all living with this shit.
Speaking was slow. I don't believe that this could have been a drunk accident, honestly. Sanctuary Road can be impossible to drive on, especially with how intoxicated.
Possibly telling the truth. Doesn't seem like it's an accident. Seems like shit was purposely done. So the
Yep, let's listen to this.
Possibly telling the truth.
Hold up.
And honestly. Was having a hard time walking straight and her speaking was slow. I don't believe that this could have been a drunk accident, honestly. Sanctuary Road can be impossible to drive on, especially with how intoxicated.
Possibly telling the truth. It doesn't seem like it's an accident. Seems like shit was purposely done. So this Elsa girl, she's playing the fence. She's playing good girl, bad girl.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a bad bitch.
You have to understand, y'all, and this is just my opinion too, and I know a lot of y'all agree with me, and some of y'all are going to disagree with me. All of these people play both sides of the fence. They give you a whole bunch of different narratives, a whole bunch of different answers, so you never really get to the truth. It's all accidentally done on purpose.
Fucking me, Elsa. I talked to her just a week before. A kid had high-centered his truck on the road, so it's not an easy one to navigate like being sober. And I don't know anything going on between Kate and Jagger. I tend to stay out of people's personal relationships just because it is.
As soon as this girl added on that second sentence to "I don't know nothing about Kate and Jagger," and then goes on and says she minds her own business, she stay in her lane, that's her admitting that she knows the shit's going on between Kate and Jagger. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright.
Between Kate and Jagger, I tend to stay out of people's personal relationships just because it isn't my business. I had personally seen Kiely around that night, but I also didn't ever see her with Sammy. And Sammy didn't even actually host the party. It was 3 boys from the area, one from
I really don't care about the hosting or the who, you know. But the point is that the bitch lied again.
He doesn't care, but y'all should look into and pay attention to who hosted this party, because whoever hosted this party is the person that is responsible for the drugs and alcohol coming in, making sure it's coordinated and that everybody's having a great time with their little fight clubs and all that shit.
And we're going to add on number 7. The sanctuary is only so big. How did you not see everybody that attended there at the sanctuary?
Walk up the road.
Bitch, you lying again.
Yep, you are.
Continue.
Klein, one Nortel, and one Truckee. And the Truckee boy actually had work that night, so I don't think he was there. I never ended up seeing him. I'm from Truckee, I know this boy well. Who was it, Dylan? I don't remember seeing him. When I spoke to Kiely that night, she...
Elsa, are you brain dead?
Was severely intoxicated, like she had been stumbling, her speech was slurring, but I also don't...
You don't even have to take it in college. All you have to do is have a very observant personality, lead cats, and yeah, you get the picture.
I don't know her well, so I don't know her normal behavior.
Didn't she just say she went to school with
So,
Kiely?
you said you didn't see Kiely, but now you're saying you saw Kiely. And that she was drunk and stuff. You're mixing up your stories, girl. You're on line number 8 right now. 3 minutes.
Look, he's giving her the benefit of the doubt, and you can tell when he starts getting angry, because then he starts calling her a bitch, because he's just done. He's done with the fucking lies. Like, that's how I feel about Megan. I'll get so sick of the word salad, the double narratives, the backpedaling, all that shit, to the point where, like, it elevates my blood pressure, and I start saying shit. If people would just be straight-laced and tell the fucking truth, we wouldn't have no problems here on Squirrels on Fire, you know?
Into your 14-minute little speech. Come on, keep lying, you little bitch.
I've spoken to her once or twice at things like parties. Other than that, I never really saw her.
I might as well take some marijuana.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna partake in some right now.
See, we're done. We're like, fuck this shit. Let's partake in some marijuana. I had this vape pen, dude, y'all. I make my vape pens last like 2 months. I'm so proud of me.
I might as well take some marijuana.
Yeah, couple vapes.
I'm gonna partake in some right now. Got me the as a matter of fact, got me the Tahoe OG. Alright.
If you got some, burn some for Kiely.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh shit. I think there's some sort of chemical in this shit. Oh fuck, Tahoe OG's fucking me. Oh fucking Tahoe. Oh.
Go to a different school
I
than
love
me.
him.
She did mention having a ride, but she was alone and it was dark when I talked to her. People have also commented about kids not seeing things, and the moon was bright that night, but Sanctuary is under trees.
Look.
And
Y'all got selective speech, selective hearing, and selective seeing. Sorry, not sorry.
I had a hard time seeing
Very selective
because the generator that was running the lights had turned off.
Bitch, you lying again. Trees or no trees?
Look, it doesn't matter. Let me explain something to y'all. I live in a village of less than 350 people. I live at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Everywhere around me. I don't know why they do the shit that they do here. They will literally be like, I want that chunk of woods. And then they'll make a path into the woods and then hollow out an area and boom, put a house there. Boom, put a complex there. We literally live out in the middle of fucking BFE. Alright? Let me tell you a little something about the moon that I love. That I go outside specifically a couple times a night just to look at all her glory. It doesn't matter if it's a devil's nail. It doesn't matter if it's waning, waxing, 10%, 60%, 100%. When that sun is bouncing off that moon and you live out in pitch black darkness, you see so much stuff. The only people that aren't going to see is people that suffer from night blindness. I happen to have night blindness, and it takes my eyes 5 to 10 minutes to adjust. But trust me, that moon be banging off of shit. You see shit, trust me. You see shit. I bet if these motherfucking kids saw a skinwalker out in these woods, they would have claimed they saw shit. If they saw an alien, they would have saw shit. But a little girl that went missing and wound up dead, they ain't see shit.
You're gonna see the light. If it's a full moon out, you're gonna see light protruding.
This is where he starts to change. He's starting to get real angry with the fact that she just lying, got diabetes.
You're gonna see the light. If it's a full moon out, you're gonna see light protruding through the trees. That's like saying, oh, the sun's out, but you can't see the sun because of all the trees. That's bullshit. You're still gonna get the sunlight shining through it. You know? Yeah. You fucking kids, expect us to believe your bullshit? Why would we believe your bullshit? You're a fucking child. You're a kid. You dumb bitch.
Or gone home.
He's done at this point.
So, I personally couldn't see very much. That night, people began to show
Damn, bitch, open your eyes.
It was a small group of people that I knew. I wasn't close with any of them, but I knew them, so I was happy they came. And I felt comfortable around them. Around 10, a huge group of people showed up. A friend of mine was leading them. She said, I don't know any of these kids, but they were all down on the road by the intersection because they had no clue where to go. So I led them to the right place.
Look. They're just leading these big scary people into their party? No, the fuck you're not. No, you're really not. If there's big scary people that nobody knows, you ain't letting them into your party in the middle of the woods. Come on now.
Oh. Something smells fishy there.
Sure fuck does.
Just can't put my nose on it.
Yep. Smells
My
like a
guess
campfire,
is that these kids must have not been from Truckee. They were from the Tahoe region. Around Incline mostly, and maybe some North Tahoe kids, because most Truckee and a lot of North Tahoe kids
trying to blame it on everybody else, but who was actually at the party.
For us.
Okay.
These motherfuckers have blamed the victim, have blamed the big scary men, have blamed all these other people from all different other regions, but ain't nobody looking at the main 20 kids that showed up at this party. The last person to know what was happening. The last person to speak to her that was after the time of she's allegedly deceased, which don't make no sense either. This is why I'm not going to stop talking about it. Until they make it make sense for me, I can't stop talking about it. I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay.
I noticed that a lot of people have commented that there aren't many photos and videos from that night, and it's true. A lot of kids up here don't spend their time on their phones at parties.
Alright, well then that means that you're snitching on Sammy, because Samantha Smith says that there's hundreds of fucking photos that are out there, and you're saying that there are no photos because nobody likes to be on their phone.
But she says in the same breath that these kids take 0.5s, which is like, you know, when you're drunk and you're just putting a phone in somebody's face and you want to get half of their face, that's what a 0.5 is.
On at a party, jackass.
I personally never noticed a whole lot of kids on their phones other than when people were like taking B-reels or just taking random pictures. But most of the time it's like 0.5s of their friends' faces, like funny stuff like
Postal
that.
got something to say. Look, Going Postal says, I'm going to put this on screen. As smart as we all are, not at Sanctuary. Nobody says Sanctuary but Sam. End of the night, when all the cars left campground, then was at Sanctuary. As fire cam shows, all the cars scurrying around.
Anything like crazy that actually shows the party. Like, I know I personally don't take pictures of parties in general.
That's a
around
lie.
10:30 there were glow sticks.
You
all
always
over the
take
ground.
pictures.
That was one thing that I noticed because a boy had brought them earlier in the night and people were like putting them on, all this stuff, but they had started to fall off people. The glow sticks I had fell off.
Glow sticks.
Putting them in bottles and like setting the bottles places. A lot of kids also started to pick up the glow sticks and throw them at each other, which was making some people really mad.
Oh, you're throwing glow sticks at me. I do not like that.
Fight that was shown on the news from that
Oh, the
night.
fight?
You can see in the picture I'm gonna send you.
Okay, send it.
The invitation that was sent out that night, the background of it.
Okay.
Is a picture of a fight from
Okay, so the
I fucking love him. I fucking love him.
Fight?
You can see in the picture I'm gonna send you.
Okay, send it.
The invitation that was sent out that night, the background of it.
Okay.
Is a picture of a fight from
Okay, so the invitation has a picture as the backdrop, and that's a picture of a fight.
To parties and friends box each other for fun.
Okay.
There's always friends. Like, there's never any ill intention.
So there's a fight at the party. Okay, I get it. There's a fight at the party.
Always kids meeting.
Are you trying to say something? Are you trying to say something to me? There's a fight at the party? What kind of fucking fight?
There's always the biggest rule during these is you're not allowed to hit the other person in the head or the face. Just because we don't actually want anyone getting injured. Like, I've personally been in a boxing match with...
Gonna pause it here because I know he's gonna have something to say too. Look, in every video we see these kids fighting, whether it's bare-fisted or with boxing gloves, they're fucking punching each other in the motherfucking heads. Fucking doing roundhouse kicks, all kind of crazy shit. No. Y'all, look, when I'm fighting, I'm fighting. But one thing I'm not gonna do is just have a jolly good time socking my fucking friends in their faces. I don't buy it. Unless it's really some kinky ass fight club.
The friend just...
Okay, and I'm personally calling you a fucking liar. Because when I fight, I go for the kill. I go for whatever's out there available. So we're gonna mark that up as another lie on our lie counter. It's 11 lies in 6 minutes and 39 seconds, with an overall audio.
Yeah, and wasn't her original like the ping at the campground, like at the literal campground, not sanctuary, at the actual campground? I think that's why the blood was put where it was. I think that's why the dead dog was buried where it was. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Range of 14 minutes, so we're almost halfway there, and this bitch has lied 11 fucking times. That's right. Come on, girl.
For fun.
Lie to me, bitch.
I didn't want to hurt her, it was just for fun. At 12:30, the crowd had shrunk a lot. I didn't know almost anyone there other than
12:30, the crowd shrunk. That must mean an exodus.
And a boy had pulled his car onto the dirt road, like the main road to get in and out.
And what's weird is everybody else is saying 12:20. But if you look at the fire cams, the mass exodus happens around the time that the weird shit's happening down by the water. I don't see a car going in the water. I don't see a ripple. I don't see nothing happen that would tell my brain, and I'm talking looking at just the black and white nighttime footage, not none of this overlay bullshit that fucks up the pixels. It changes the image for you. You need to stop looking at the overlay. The overlay is what's fucking with people. If you look at anything, just look at somebody that has adjusted the hue and saturation on it. That's it. That's all.
Out of sanctuary.
Why would he do that?
And there were for fun.
Lie to me, bitch.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hurt her. It was just for fun. At 12:30, the crowd had shrunk a lot. I didn't know almost anyone there other than
12:30, the crowd shrunk. That must mean an exodus.
And a boy had pulled his car onto the dirt road, like the main road to get in and out of sanctuary.
Why would he do that?
And there were boys yelling and screaming at each other, like in an aggressive way, not like a fun way.
Yeah, because they want the fuck out of there. And you got a douchebag blocking the road.
That was there anymore had crowded around that car because they were trying to see if they were gonna fight, if they needed to break something up. But one ended up climbing on top of the car and standing on top of it, while the other one got in and started playing music from it. There was a subwoofer in the back of the car, and all the doors were open so you could hear it.
Unless she was in this car, how she know the details of what's inside this car? It's just like Nick Tow Truck guy saying about the water bottles. Unless you're getting into somebody's car or really looking into somebody's car, you're not going to know the details of what was in that car. She acting like she don't even know these people. Oh, I don't know who was blocking the intersection. Yeah, bitch, I think you do. I do.
Something up. But one ended up climbing on top of the car and standing on top of it, while
like whose
the
car?
other one got in and started playing music from it. There was a subwoofer in the back of the car, and all the doors were open so you could hear
Here's
it.
the thing.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
2 cars blocked the intersection. 1 car had their doors open with a subwoofer in the back. Music was blaring. Who was at that car? Because I'm betting the person that was at that car is the person that, I don't know, hit the front hood of a car or jumped on top of it. I don't know, caused dinging in the front part of the bumper, bashed into windshield. This story's starting to make sense the more I listen to what these kids are saying. In my opinion, I think the 2 cars that were at that intersection was, 1, the vehicle that was cutting Kiely Rodni off, and the other one was perhaps Kiely Rodni's car. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to have, and until somebody tells me exactly what happened, I can tell what I think happened that night. And I think what happened was Kiely knew that she had to get home. I think somebody cut her off from leaving. I don't know if they taught her a lesson or what happened, but I don't think Kiely drove herself into that water. Unless it was in a panic. But I still, per the fire footage, I can line everything up, but I cannot line up a car going in the water. I can't, I don't see it. I see a car on a beachfront that is turning around. Was that Kiely trying to get away? Did someone stop her? One day we will know, but I'm going to keep saying what I visualize based upon the statements that these people have told us. If people are angry with my opinion is based upon these people that are telling their recollection of what happened. A timeline. A timeline that law enforcement never put out. You can't blame us for looking at it for all that it is. Bullshit. Get it, Dan? Look, we got 10 new members. Oh, get it. Muse is a new member. KDP's a new member. Maria. Look, all these people getting told on that are hiding. Judy VT, check that out. Look. It's telling on the people that are lurking. I love it. Welcome aboard, Judy VT. Your membership will run out in 30 days. I'm sure you'll let it expire. Look at all these people that got told on. Look at all our new members. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's get it. Thank you, Dan.
but one ended up climbing on top of the car and standing on top of it, while the other one got in and started playing music from it. There was a subwoofer in the back of the car, and all the doors were open so you could hear it.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
There wasn't any music playing at that point. People were angry because there wasn't any music.
No, these kids are stupid.
Because that road was blocked by the car, no one could have driven in the direction of the Y intersection unless they had parked down there, which personally I didn't see anyone leaving at that point. And
well, I think that's a lie. I would assume that people would be trying to leave because of an exodus. So we're gonna mark that up as 12. All right. Get out my handy dandy. There we go. We'll go ahead and mark that as 12. Continue.
I didn't really know anyone there anymore. I had asked my ride to
wait. Time out.
Me home because
you don't know anyone there anymore. That's a lie because Samantha Smith is still there, supposedly. The three boys are there. We got Evan Fidman is there. Nathan Hembrick is there. Philip.
Dude, look, I don't know if I'm laughing more at this video, at the bum, or what just happened in chat, but God is good. Hallelujah. All are welcome, yes. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate you, honey. That was awesome.
Philip is there. So for you to fucking tell me that you didn't know anybody still left over at that party when people were leaving, you're fucking lying, bitch. That's your 13th lie now. It's your 13th lie. Continue on lying.
I just felt kind of uneasy being there without people I knew. So
I can't with the bum. I gotta rewind. Look, I was laughing so hard at shit that I couldn't even hear him. God is good.
Philip is there. So for you to fucking tell me that you didn't know anybody still left over at that party when people were leaving, you're fucking lying, bitch. That's your 13th lie now. It's your 13th lie. Continue on lying.
I just felt kind of uneasy being there without people I knew. So I left.
Miss D, if I don't get a clip that says Judy told on herself, I don't know, girl. Get it. I love you. I love you. Y'all, I can't. Life is so good right now. Amen.
You to fucking tell me that you didn't know anybody still left over at that party when people were leaving, you're fucking lying, bitch. That's your 13th lie now. It's your 13th lie. Continue on lying.
I just felt kind of uneasy being there without people I knew. So I left.
Maybe because it was your time to go.
Their car all the way back on the paved road, so we had to walk all the way down the dirt road to get back.
Oh, poor you.
While we were walking, there was a group of boys walking in the same direction as us.
Did you show me?
And my ride knew them.
Oh.
I can't remember why he knew them.
Oh, now she can't remember. Look, dude. Her ride knew him. She's like, oh, fuck, I just told on somebody. I don't remember why they knew. Oh, my God, dude. This tonight's a good night.
In the same direction as us.
Did you show me?
And my ride knew them. I can't remember why he knew them, but
please hit that thumbs
maybe
up.
School or something, because my ride went to a different school than me.
All right.
And at the Y intersection, my ride and I went left of the car, and the boys went right because they had parked.
So if he goes to a different school than her, then he probably goes to Truckee.
That way.
Because then she go to school with Kylie, right?
So a lot of kids had parked over by the water over there, and I'm guessing they were part of the big group of kids who showed up earlier in the night that didn't know where they were going, so they parked down there and walked up when my friend walked up when she showed them how.
Okay.
But most of the cars at the actual sanctuary. So yeah, a lot of cars were actually parked up at sanctuary because it's really common for kids to keep.
Wrong button. Yeah, no. I just wanted to pause the video and say, 5 minutes ago she said that, she didn't know anybody there, but yet she's fucking talking to everybody as if she knows people that are there.
At these parties.
Okay.
It's a kitty litter moment, Mary.
DDs, and they don't want to drive home intoxicated.
Truckie's like one giant litter box. No offense to people that live there and I do talk to. I'm sorry, but they're aware of the corruption and that it's a litter box too. So I don't feel bad in saying that. If you take offense to it, you're probably part of the problem.
They'll camp there instead and drive home in the morning when they're sober.
Well, but they do it all. A lot of them do.
Okay.
It's all good.
I reached my ride's car around 1 in the morning, back on the pavement,
So am I, Cindy.
and I was never passed by a car on the dirt road or saw a car on my walk to my ride. No headlights, nothing.
This is where Kiely's car was parked. According to Jane Doe number 2, she says that no cars
Okay,
had left
just a bunch of blah, blah, blah,
12:30
blah.
and 1 a.m.
Blah, 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 blah.
I was never passed by a car on the dirt road or saw a car on my walk to my ride. No headlights, nothing.
According to Jane Doe number 2, there was a blockage at the Y intersection,
Yes.
which would have prevented Kiely from exiting the party.
Okay.
Remember at 12:36 when Sammy said Kiely had called her?
She was meant to be my ride home, but I knew she was too intoxicated to get me home. So I said, hey, I found another ride home.
Well, time out. I'm thinking, computing. If the fire cam footage supposedly saw a car go in the water at 12:32 to 12:33, how is she still talking to Kiely if supposedly Kiely went in the water? So does that mean that the car did not go in the water?
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, shit. My mind is going to explode. So you said that the car went in the water, but here you are saying that you talked to her at a specific time at which the car was already in the water at said other specific time.
Yeah.
So specific.
Specific.
You bitches.
Look.
So.
Most of the other times, look. A lot of people out here rounding numbers and shit, and it's kind of odd that other than the police being required to release when the last, this is why they backpedaled and stopped giving us information. They had to release to the public the accurate time for the mom's location turning off, because that can be accessed. They also had to release the phone being turned off because, I mean, the Fed would look at them, the FBI would look at them fucking sideways if they didn't release that information. But all other timestamps are just rough, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 10:05. There's no precise. The only time that is precise that comes out of Sammy's mouth is 12:36. And I think there's a problem with that number.
Holy cow, man. Holy cow. We're really milking this one, Fuck it.
And how you know this was not investigated properly is no warrants were served, no subpoenas for phone records, phone data, none of those things. That's why Kiely's phone had to not be found. Because if you find her phone on her person, it's going to tell on people. The story ain't going to fit. If you find her phone in the water with her laptop, it's not going to fit. It's not going to let their lie get away with it. That's why there's no phone.
And then, so, I just don't know how you're supposed to say you're on a phone call with somebody if they're already in the water, supposedly.
Yeah. And the fact that this family was okay with the way that they jogged her body around in that extraction, I don't know why they didn't sue them and not fucking Ryan Upchurch, but here we are.
From the camera. If you're gonna believe that. So there's too much is going on right now. Too much.
I don't think AAA is total crap. I think AAA happened, and now that I see the story for what it is and why they won't release how the footage of AAA just disappeared, it's not at the company. When Nick says, yes, I know my company has it. I know that there's front-facing and rear-facing cameras. Like, he is 100% telling the truth when he says that he did a service call. The reason why he also knows that it's Kiely's car in the service call is because when you're dispatched, I did some research. I listened to a lot of people. I looked shit up myself. I asked a lot of questions. when dispatch is placed, they have to give you the license plate number of the vehicle that you're about to attend. That way, you don't have to hand over a AAA card, or you don't have to hand over any documentation. All they care about is you going and servicing that car that is under that policy. Therefore, the vehicle that was there was Kiely's. But I think the reason why we'll never see footage, not a screenshot, not a picture of a still frame, is because those two people weren't Kiely Rodni or Jagger. Those two people, I stand firm on, are the suspects, are the people responsible for what happened to Kiely Rodni. Those people, if subpoenaed in a court of law, if we could get that subpoenaed, if a warrant could be issued, that we have enough substantial evidence, because the AAA was never released, there could be a subpoena on just that one piece. It's evidence. It is literal evidence. Evidence. I firmly believe, the more that I think about it, the more that I listen to his story, the more that he was adamant in our conversations. I have a video up of our conversations. You guys go check it out. At first, I thought he was one of these people that were kind of like on the fence. Then I thought he was just straight up fucking lying. But I've come to realize that I think he was telling the absolute truth. However, I think at that point, people were kind of putting fear on him that he had to put a little bit of word salads in there to kind of like steer up the narrative. Like, there's a lot of truth to his story, but there is also some word salad in there to kind of deflect and distract. I think he was originally trying to get a hold of law enforcement, and law enforcement wouldn't do anything, and that's why he tracked down AWP. He paid close attention to their movements, where they were going. Part of me wants to say he fucked up and distracted them, because I think if they would have went the day prior, it's possible her car wouldn't have been in the water yet. However, the footage itself is super fucking crucial to Kiely Rodni's case. And the thing of it is like the fact that Nick Giovanni could testify in court, and he could literally help Kiely's case so much. That's why I'm gonna drop it there. But I firmly believe that Nick saw the two people that had Kiely's car. If you pay attention to the way that they're acting, they're both panicking. She doesn't want to be around him. She needs it to make it look like, you know what I mean? Things are all cool, but she's looking more and more nervous. The part about how you hook the belt to the seat belt, I think also puts another nail in the coffin, that they're trying to figure out how to tie a body down. And this dude's like, these weird-ass people were asking me weird-ass questions, probably not ever thinking that he would ever make a statement like that on national television, but he did. And I understand now why this community hates AWP as much as they do. I get it. Because AWP's the thorn in your side that holds the key to all the truth. Just the same as that tow truck company holds the key to the truth of who is responsible for what happened to Kiely Rodni. Let's continue. I'm going to rewind it 10 seconds. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You're on a phone call with somebody if they're already in the water, supposedly, from the camera. If you're going to believe that.
Yep.
So once there's too much is going on right now. Too much is going the fuck on.
You stay safe, like
Sammy
A lot's
had
going
already
on.
left. In the background of her phone call with Kiely, she said she heard voices from the party, suggesting that Kiely was not in a car yet, but still at the parking lot. All of this suggests that perhaps Kiely was alive.
And you notice all of these people that came forward had to tell as much information as they possibly could in one little thingy. And that's why you see them getting caught up, because they're trying to stay along with the narrative while fruity and slipping some of the truth that's coming out. And I think that's why they stopped letting people talk freely. They were like, shh, 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 shh. We don't talk about that here. That Rodni party, no.
Holy cow, man. Holy cow. We're really milking this one, you know? Fucking A. You know, so,
I don't know, but identity theft is against the law. Misty, I've been looking into it. It's not illegal in Truckee, or it's not legal in Truckee to pretend to be somebody else. It's not legal in Truckee to steal somebody's identity. Actually, in Truckee and Placer County, the punishment for it, that's a second count that you're looking at. You know, that's that makes me wonder, like, why so many people were so easily involved. Like, it has to be pretty high up, like that. The people involved have to come from money to make it cover up. You know what I mean? Just let that sink in.
I just don't know how you're supposed to say you're on a phone call with somebody if they're already in the water, supposedly.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewind this. I want to make sure that this is heard loud and clear.
Milking this one, you know?
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
You know, so, I just don't know how you're supposed to say you're on a phone call with somebody if they're already in the water, supposedly, from the camera. If you're gonna believe that. So once there's too much is going on right now.
Yep, and that's why I kept it all KD or as much as I could
on.
of it.
You stay safe, like.
Sammy had already left. In the background of her phone call with Kiely, she said she heard voices from the party, suggesting that Kiely was not in a car yet, but still at the parking lot. All of this suggests that perhaps Kiely was alive at 1 a.m.
This interview told us a few things that we didn't know.
Mishti, if you will, email me. I want to talk to you about that, the laws. I'm going to see how you figure out, like, I want to look into that. I want to get the accurate information, because I don't want to put misinformation out there. I don't want to have to go back to, like, I hate having to correct myself, but I do correct myself a lot. I noticed that, but it's okay.
Kiely was alive.
I would like to know the facts on that.
This interview told us a few.
I know in the state of California and per Placer County, it says that it's illegal to impersonate anybody or steal somebody's identity. I would like to know local Truckee laws. That'd be great.
Few things that we didn't know. One, it told us that she told somebody at that party, she told Jane Doe. Two, that she had a ride.
Oh, shit.
We also learned from Jane Doe, too.
Yep, there's a fire going on out here with all these lies.
Sure is.
It's about to be a forest fire because there's so much lying going on. You guys need to hurry and get those water trucks out there and put out all these lies.
Arrived in her own car because she was too intoxicated to drive herself.
Odd for me to hear
Oh boy.
that she stated she had a ride.
Yeah.
Leads me to question who was her ride. You know, we know Sammy got another ride by somebody.
But then supposedly Sammy went back
You talking about Woo, Cindy?
to the party.
Literally left her. Or
Yeah, Sammy's out there driving around.
Yes, I would love, after seeing some of the protests in Placer County, I would absolutely love to see a bunch of people get together next year and do a march, do a very, very peaceful protest. I would love to set something like that up in the next year or two. Absolutely. I would prefer in the next year, but yeah, next summer would be awesome.
Around.
Trying to blow her off so she didn't know. Because
I think
she was that intoxicated and didn't have a ride. And
Sammy left in her car and she realized that they needed to get Kylie's car out of.
If I'm not mistaken, Miss G, it is either no matter which way you look at it, it's a federal charge. Whether they look at it as a misdemeanor or a felony charge, it's still a federal charge, right? That's what I thought.
Of there, so Sammy went back, and she had to go get Kylie's car too. So then
something that stuck out to me.
That's what I thought too, Smiley. Yeah, I thought it was federal because it's literally identity theft. It's federal. Yep.
They
needed to rides by somebody.
But then supposedly Sammy went back to the party.
Literally left her. Or
yeah, Sammy's out there driving around.
Trying to blow her off so she didn't know.
I think
that intoxicated and didn't have a ride. And
Sammy left in her car and she realized that they needed to get Kylie's car out of there. So Sammy went back, and she had to go get Kylie's car too. So then
something that stuck out to me was when Jane Doe number 2 mentioned.
Dude, what if the cars What if the car blocking the intersection off was boys trying to protect somebody from leaving with somebody, or I don't know, just something's very, very, very fucking important about that road being blocked off. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Her suspicions on this not being a drunk car accident.
Duh! This could have been a drunk accident. Sanctuary Road can be impossible to drive on, especially with how intoxicated she seemed when I talked to her.
And then I went to a photo that kind of had where the car came out and kind of went right into the water.
Megan! Daisy was there! What did Daisy see?
Natural, or did it look like something intentional? And quite frankly, I
that police officer's kid was there. What did he see?
Intentional or unintentional.
Something I am curious about is,
yeah, me too.
At what time did the blockage at the Y intersection disperse? Kylie's car was only found 300 yards away from the party. The main parking was at the sanctuary, but scattered about, people had parked their cars. It just seems suspicious.
Everything seems
You
suspicious.
don't see anything or hear anything.
What I find very bizarre is that there was 200 to 300 people.
I'm gonna pause this right here. I don't know whose idea it was to put Kylie's car in the water, but that's accessory after the fact.
That party.
I beg to differ.
Have come forward to talk about what.
Because somebody's gonna snitch if there's that many people. One person's gonna snitch. There was never that many people.
Look, that's the thing, okay? Is if you only have a party of 20 to 50 people, it's real easy to get people to shh. You get all the kids together, and this is how it's gonna go. Ain't nobody gonna talk. I'm gonna be the one doing most of the talking. I can make it all go away. Okay? If you have 200, 300, 400 people at this party, there's going to be mass amounts of pictures. 400 people, someone at that party would have already snitched already, unless it was a tight-knit group of kids that knew they wouldn't tell on one another. And you can sue me over my words, but I don't think that there was 200, 300, 400 people at this party. At this party, you might be counting the entirety of the campground, 200 people. I'm talking about at this party. Sue me over it if you think I'm wrong. You can sue me over it.
Regulation that's still unknown, and that's what baffles me. There's so many eyes and ears there.
Who's that? The SF Investigates guy? Is that who's talking? I don't know.
No,
we don't know what happened late at that night into that early.
If that's SF Investigates.
Look, these kids in this generation, anybody under the age of 20 right now, was literally born with a phone or a camera in their hands. Some sort of electronic device that could take a picture. Almost every kid in this generation somehow got, it don't matter how poor you are. I see the poorest of poor people still be having phones. Even if they don't got service on them, they're still using them and downloading things through Wi-Fi and connecting to people through Wi-Fi when they have connection service. Like, I don't buy this, that these kids didn't have phones, that they didn't take no pictures. I'm sorry. I don't care if it was 20, 50, 100, whatever. 400, like y'all are saying. Somebody knows something, and there's lots of pictures. Sammy told on everybody when she said, there's hundreds of pictures. Yes, there is. Between Be Real, Snapchat, all of them. I don't understand why subpoenas weren't done. I mean, I do understand. That's how you make it go away.
Well, doesn't surprise me. Him and Jane Doe are on the same YouTube video.
Kylie's car was not very far away.
Look, even elderly people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s years olds are still trying to figure out how to use Facebook. They're still trying to figure out how to use the YouTubes. They're trying to figure out how to fucking FaceTime with their grandkids and shit like that. You're not telling me these motherfuckers did not have no phones and pictures weren't taken. Sorry, I don't buy it. It's pretty sad when the kids did try to tell the truth at first and everybody got hushed. Nobody talk about it. Shh. Don't talk about that Rodni party.
Away from this party. So many unanswered questions.
Yeah.
It's starting to make this whole tow truck guy more real, his story more real, in my opinion. Which many people know. It was the one.
Oh, the tow truck guy. Yeah, I remember him. The tow truck guy. Oh, yeah.
At a different location.
He's kind of like a player.
Beautiful,
Look, I'm sorry. If you go look at these kids' VSCOs and all these social medias and shit, you would see these kids taking pictures of all these parties they're at. There just so happen that this one specific party ain't no pictures.
Talented and intelligent soul.
And if there was, they got
whose life
deleted.
Was taken too soon. If you saw something,
wipe that
please say something.
Oh, boy.
Thanks for watching.
Oh.
Saw something, say something.
Oh, boy. Okay. So,
he reboots his phone.
What we have coming up.
Okay, let's skip it.
The reload. Here we go.
Reload that shit, bro.
Reloading.
This is his opinion. He's
Hey, boss,
entitled
forgot
to
the
his
keys.
opinion.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think you'd find him if you tried to sue him anyway. He's a bum. Get it, sir. Swipe through it.
Oh, there we go. Hey, it's working now. Oh, fuck. Ha ha ha. Silly me. So someone's a killer. Samantha Smith and Nate Hembrick. Subscribe. That's right. And we'll just back it up just a little bit. Don't forget the Cash App shit. Yeah, Cash App, $.
Tell me what you know so I can make it go away. Yep. Yeah. Y'all listen. This is his Cash App.
Right, and we'll just back it up just a little bit. Don't forget the Cash App shit. Yeah, Cash App, $, help the bomb.
Cash
Once
App.
again, that's Cash App, help the bomb.
Help the bum.
And then we'll just back it up. Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Also lied 13 times, someone's a killer. Yeah.
Alright, since the last time at this was... Alright, he's getting likes on it. Y'all go subscribe. Check out the bum. He's good shit. He has all kinds of different content. I love when he plays video games, when he does the little racing shit. I love when he talks about Moto X. I love when he just does his little morning wake up, shows us the moon, shows us his pup. Go check it out. He's got a little bit of everything. It's good entertainment. Same with Miss G. Check her out. Muse News got a good channel. Absolutely love going in there. Alright, so what I'm going to do before I go through, because I want to, what time is it? 11:15. I'm still not tired yet. I'm drinking coffee. I do want to do a little bit of mind shock stuff tonight, but I found a bunch of videos on the YouTube streets. Some of them are put out by Placer County themselves. Some of them are put out by local news stations, but I kind of want to go through all the shit. But before I do that, I want to talk about LeAndre Flint, okay? I keep trying to look for updates on this poor man, and there just are none. And it's sad. This man has been missing since the 29th of July, okay? His name is LeAndre Flint. I will show you bigger pictures, more your pretty little faces, but I'm even going to play one video at least. He has been missing since July 29th, 2023. He is 21 years old from Atlanta, Georgia. He is a black male, approximately 6 foot tall, 140 pounds. He has medium length hair. I think the last time he was seen, he had braids in it with brown eyes. The location last seen, LeAndre was last seen July 29th, leaving his home in Loganville, Georgia. LeAndre left home early Saturday morning to pick up a car part and drop it at the mechanic shop. However, LeAndre never arrived to pick up the part. His phone has been turned off since same day, July 29th, and his new truck, a 2018 maroon GMC Canyon, was discovered abandoned in Michigan. No sign of LeAndre. If anybody knows any information about him, please call the Gwinnett Police Department, County Sheriff's Office at 770-513-5300, or you can text BAMFI at 877-97-BAMFI. I think you can text BAMFI too, or you can visit BAMFI.org for more information. I'm going to go ahead and play one video. Let's see who. I think I'm going to pick 11 Alive because I think they... Is this the one I watched right here? Yes. If it'll play. What's going on? Let's play. Hello. Hello? What the fuck's going on right now? Let me try to reload that.
On July 29th.
All right, here we go.
Tonight, the search continues for a 21-year-old Gwinnett County man who vanished during what was supposed to be a routine trip to an auto parts store. According to his family members, LeAndre Flint was last seen on July 29th. His phone has been off ever since. 2 days later, Flint's 2018 GMC Canyon pickup was found abandoned in Michigan. Tonight, family members tell us why they are all...
His truck was found abandoned. He was not in it. And his cell phone is turned off currently. So I'm going to let this lady tell the story.
Well, from unusual ATM withdrawals the day before his disappearance to Flint's car being found in another state. Now LeAndre Flint's relatives are hoping he'll be found safe and returned home. LeAndre Flint is more than a cousin to Shannon Wilson. The relationship is more akin to that of a brother. And Wilson says it's unusual for Flint to go for days without reaching out to anyone in his family or...
He has not missed a day of work in 3 years. It's unlike him.
Or his job.
He's been at the same company for 3 years, and he's never missed a day of work. Him and his sister are very, very close. So if anybody at all, he will make sure to contact
this man is doing his shit.
Wilson says since July 29th, no one has heard from Flint. According to his family, he left home last Saturday around 10:45 in the morning to pick up a part he ordered for a car he was working on, but he never made it.
There's information on that flyer that I didn't see on that thingy.
No one has heard from Flint. According to his family, he left home last Saturday around 10:45 in the morning.
Okay, so he was last seen wearing a white and black jean net trucker hat, wearing blue jeans with a black belt with a white ghost pendant with Jordan 11 breads. I think that's spelled, I don't know. Characteristics. He was last seen with cornrows in his hair. He has a Sagittarius tattoo with a crossbow and arrow on his forearm. He has a wolf tattoo on his right pec or bicep. He was last seen in Buckhead, Georgia, in a city parking incorporated parking garage. There's another number here, 404-957-2798, if you have information on LeAndre.
To pick up a part he ordered for a car he was working on, but he never made it to the parts store. 2 days later, his 2018 GMC Canyon pickup truck was found abandoned in Michigan.
We're very worried about
this man.
Anyone out there that have seen him or has seen the vehicle, to please get in contact with either local law enforcement or one of us.
The family says they've reached out to law enforcement, who's currently investigating. They also spent the last week putting up flyers, hoping someone would recognize Flint. And even though so much time has passed, they're hanging on to hope that he will return home safely.
We are hoping that the public can help us locate our family member and get him back home safely. That's our main objective.
For Beth Yates, 11 Alive News.
Gwinnett County Police now saying that Flint is 5'11" and 140. Last seen wearing a white sleeveless shirt, black jeans, red Jordan slides.
Thank you. There we go. That's what he was last seen wearing. A white sleeveless shirt, black jeans, but this says that he was last... Oh, because they have the footage from the garage. Okay, that's... So wait a minute. He left his house wearing that to go get parts, and this is what he's wearing now? Why would he change... I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe they saw him before he left the house and he went in and changed his clothes. I don't know. I have no idea.
Sandals.
That's odd.
Although he may have a change of clothes on him.
770-513-5300.
If you have seen Flint or you know where he is, call Gwinnett County Police at the number you see on your screen. We'll continue to follow the story for you when we learn...
No, thank you. Thank you for your news report. If you guys know anything about LeAndre, please, please, please call somebody. All right. So we're going to hop right back over to stuff about... we'll go Placer County. Yo, I found this video, and it just don't... Just listen.
Hi, I'm Devin Bell, Placer County Sheriff.
Today, we'd like to talk to you about a couple of documents that we have here at the Sheriff's Office. Number one, our mission statement. Our mission statement very simply tells what's our purpose. Number two, our core values. Our core values
You guys ready to hear their core values?
explain to our people and our community how we do our business. We'd like to share with you today our core values. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Let's get it.
We will constantly strive to meet the highest standards of honesty and integrity.
Honesty and integrity. He looked familiar, don't he?
We are a family-centered organization committed to supporting one another.
Family-centered. Okay.
We have pride in ourselves and take ownership of our work. 12 Lincoln, go ahead.
All Sheriff's Office members will treat each other with dignity, courtesy, and respect, regardless of position or assignment.
This leads to the identical treatment of the public we serve.
We are involved in our...
Unless your name is Kiely Rodni, because you did not give her any of these things. I'm sorry.
This leads to the identical treatment of the public we serve.
We are involved in our community, and we seek to become a part of the world we serve.
We will achieve professional performance through continual training, education, and commitment to our duties.
Just listen.
Management and subordinates are mutually accountable for their performance.
So glad you could let us know.
There will be no tolerance for criminal misconduct for Sheriff's Office.
Okay, you guys ready?
There will be no tolerance.
There will be no tolerance for criminal misconduct.
For criminal misconduct for Sheriff's Office members.
For Sheriff's Office members.
On or off duty.
On or off duty.
Such conduct will be consistently presented for legal review.
Such behavior will be presented for legal review.
Effective law enforcement is a critical component to our democracy, and the men and women who take the oath of office must have the noblest of character.
The noblest of character, says a man that got caught fucking around with a 16-year-old child. Wonder how old that girl was?
These core values are the cornerstone of our organizational culture.
Organizational culture.
And the expectations we set for our employees in both their on...
That bar must be pretty fucking low if this is their expectations. But I'm holding them true to this being both in their on and off duty conduct. If y'all don't know a little something about this man, you should go look him up and what happened in the past year.
On and off duty conduct. We're honored to share them with you today and provide a glimpse into our organizational culture and
Look, he said it again, organizational culture.
our commitment to serve this community. Thank you.
Your commitment to serve this community. The community. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Okay, next
There's
video.
a new way to track criminals through surveillance video. It's being
Y'all ready
rolled
for
out in
this?
Placer County. The sheriff.
Y'all ready for this? I'm just going to let you know. Oops, hold on. I need to show you. That last video was from, hold up, 2019. This video.
There's a new way to...
Think about Kiely Rodni, and then think about the fact that this video was put out in 2020.
track criminals through surveillance video. It's being rolled out in Placer County. The
Surveillance
Sheriff's Department
video,
calls
you
it the
say?
sheriff.
Hold on,
There's
tell
a
me
new way to
this,
track
man.
criminals through surveillance video. It's being rolled out in Placer County.
ready?
The Sheriff's Department calls it the Sheriff's
ready?
Eagle Eye
Eagle Eye, y'all. You ready to hear about Eagle Eye?
or C program. Our Zach Fuentes in Placer County to show us how it all works. While the program's concept is pretty simple and could be effective in fighting crime, it all starts with residents and businesses here in Placer County who have surveillance video systems, registering them with the Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office...
Dude, it literally just called this program E. coli in the fucking subtitles, and that's good shit, but that's not even what he said, but okay, let me rewind this a little bit. Threw me off.
Pretty simple and could be effective in fighting crime. It all starts with residents and businesses here in Placer County who have surveillance video systems, registering them with the Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office says that it will save time for them tracking down places that have security cameras instead of them having to go door to door.
Okay, so if it's just easy for you to access people's Ring cameras, business cameras. It took you 3 days. 3 days to release a picture of a still frame of a surveillance. Okay, got it.
Door from businesses or houses.
Let me
Some
rewind
places that have security cameras, instead of them having to go door to door from businesses or houses, surveillance video can, of course, come in handy. Caught on surveillance just this month.
Check this out, y'all. Check this out. You ready to see this surveillance photo? This is from a store.
Deputies say 2 men burglarized Oliver's convenience store in Auburn, getting away in a late model 2019 or 2020 Dodge Ram pickup truck. Some residents...
You see how there's a time stamp on the top of that and a date stamp on the top of that? But all we got was a Photoshop crop picture of a business that nobody wants to talk about. Weird as hell.
Are happy to have the...
But you see the quality that we could have got of not Kiely Rodni walking through that business? Weird, right?
Registry option.
Lived here in Granite Bay for 19 years. I saw that they were offering to have a look at our video if there's ever an incident in the area.
Did you hear that? The police could tap right into whatever. All you do is just register your device. And you know businesses did that shit so that the police could be watching. This was 2 years before we got the picture of a still frame of a surveillance video in Kiely Rodni's case.
And be able to perhaps allow us to help out in any way we could.
But there are some questions about it possibly going too far when it comes to privacy.
This system does not allow the sheriff's office any kind of backdoor access or any remote access whatsoever to the cameras. It simply gives us a point of contact and lets us know that there are cameras available in that area so that we then know who to contact in the event of a crime.
If you're interested...
They know who to contact in the event of a crime, like all the door cameras around Prosser Lakeside Estates, like all the local businesses and stuff. That's good to know, right? Okay, let's move forward. This one is from so long ago, I don't understand how... let's go.
Guilty on all count.
I'm sorry, no. This one is from November 4th. Okay, this is around the time of Trinity. Bacchus, that is. November 4th, 2022.
After a years-long investigation, former Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith was convicted of corruption and Guilty on all counts. After a years-long investigation, former Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith was convicted of corruption and misconduct.
We had a system where there were 2 different standards, and under the law, everyone should be treated.
Oh, I know why I have this video saved. I want to see if they show this Mr. Man's name on the screen, because if they do, I want to contact him. It's not often I contact people, but I want to talk to this guy. Listen to what he says.
There were 2 different standards, and under the law, everyone should be treated fairly and equally.
I like this guy. I need to find out who he is. You know I will. But if y'all can help me quicker, please email me and let me know if you know who this guy is in this video.
We had a system where there were 2 different standards, and under the law, everyone should be treated fairly and equally.
Lori Smith convicted on 6 charges in a civil corruption case. Good evening. I'm Julie Haynes.
Did you hear that? Civil corruption case. You didn't hear a fucking word about it, did you? Did you? Now you are.
And I'm Mike Meback. The guilty verdict comes just 3 days after Smith abruptly resigned from the sheriff's office.
Damn.
KTV South Bay reporter LaMonica Peters.
Over 500,000 people were interested in this video, and I see why. I'm one of them.
The verdict comes just 3 days after Smith abruptly resigned from the sheriff's office.
Do you notice how all these people around Kiely Rodni case are retiring and then going and changing their positions or opening their own businesses? But these folks are like, nothing to see here, folks. I'm going to move along. That's why everybody got to move on. Isn't that what Megan said? It's time to move on. I can't forget about Kiely Rodni, though. What y'all did to her was not okay.
The verdict comes just 3 days after Smith abruptly resigned from the sheriff's office. KTV South Bay reporter LaMonica Peters live tonight in San Jose with more from the district attorney as well as what happens next. LaMonica.
How did Kiely Rodni's family did not push this to the point where people had to resign from their positions because they failed to investigate thoroughly?
The DA told me that they've been working on
guy, you know who that? His name is Jeff Rosen, and he sucks. Does he? Well, I still want to talk to him about something.
This case for about 4 years, and today a jury agreed that Lori Smith had been doing things that she should not have been doing, and that it was time to hold her accountable. Prosecutors say former Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith conspired to award concealed weapons permits for political favors, hide gifts from donors, and refuse to cooperate with an investigation with the County Board of Supervisors.
Monopolizing an investigation, you don't say.
The jury heard evidence from over 40 witnesses.
We are gratified that the jury considered all of the evidence that we uncovered during a lengthy and detailed investigation and found all of the allegations against the sheriff.
The only way that your community is going to change, the only way that your law enforcement is going to change, is to hold them to a standard. And if you see something that isn't right and is against the law, you should say something. There is a reason why I put, this is thanks to Cece. She took this picture that was in the Donner Pass tunnels. And it says, Lord to none. All-seeing eye, okay? And it says, every society has the criminals it deserves. If you don't like the corruption in your town, only you can change it. I'm this far away and I see the corruption in your town. And I'm rooting for you guys to get better out of this. People like Kiely Rodni deserve better. Trinity Backus deserve better. Tiffany Thiel deserves better. Michael Shane Youngers deserves better. Your children, your grandchildren, they deserve better. You deserve better. You could be the change in your own town. I would like to get some sort of something together next year where voices could be heard. All right, let's get back to this because there's a lot of videos.
To be true.
Smith started her career in
We might not still get to Mind Shock, but it's okay. We're going to keep going.
1973 and was elected sheriff in 1998, becoming the first female county sheriff in the state. Still, after serving 6 terms, Rosen says the people should know that everyone, including law enforcement, will be held accountable.
Good.
No one is above the law. And that's a fundamental principle of our democracy that has been tested in the last several years by many political scandals. And I think...
I'm going to pause this. Crane, if you look in the one folder for Everyone Counts, and then I think there's a folder below that that has a list of names, and then I've also shared my Google spreadsheet. If you go to the... hold on, I'll just tell you right now while I remember. If you go... hold on, I'm sorry, yo. I'll pull this up for a minute if anybody wants to see this. If you go to the California Deaths tab, it's right before the Nevada County, Placer County thingy. There is a list of people that their deaths are wrongful deaths. No investigation was either done or it was a wrongful call of death, I should say. Joette Smith. There's a Zachary with no last name. Cynthia Erler, Mohit Prasad, Justin Garrick, Apollo Fuller, Rory Angeletta, Lorenzo Morgan, Karina Elizabeth Blue. I know y'all have heard about Karina Blue. William Dunham. And then below it is just links because I'm still looking into these names, but there's more names on the bottom of that. So, let me make sure that this is locked, and if anybody wants to see this document, I will go ahead and put it in chat. Actually, I'll put it in either tomorrow or Wednesday's chat because I want to back this up before I go and share it, and in case somebody tries to hack my Google Drive or whatever and fucking take it down. I don't want to lose all my work. So my next live, if you guys remind me to share my Google document, I totally will. In this Google spreadsheet, I have the entire timeline. I have all of the pressers and what they were about. That is, those are thanks to Sleuthy Goosey. All I did was took her timeline she had, and I just kept adding to it the best that I could. Same with the pressers. Most of this is her work. I just added to it. Then in here, I have the people, basic information, people that I felt were distractions, information, specific information that Samantha has stated, information about a lot of people. Just let me know and I'll hook you up. And then here is social media to everybody that was allegedly at the party. Then I have a list of people that they're still friends with. It's one person that seems to have commonalities. Well, technically it's Sammy and Connor that seem to have the same friends still. Anyway. And then I have a list of questions that still, like, I should have added these questions because some of these questions aren't added to the community post I made the other day. Some information about waterworks, HOAs, IPs that try to hack me. I could take those off there. Here's just content that I was working on when I stopped working on this. There's California deaths. Then here's Nevada County and Placer County Sheriff's Office, main people of contact or whatever, if anybody needs any of this information. That's also there. And then I have a notes thingy on, like, the autopsy, toxicology. This was, like, Duty Ron's thingy. Sleuthy Goosey, I think, wrote a lot of this. That's about it. But yeah, I'll share that on Wednesday. No, I didn't say Miro. Well, who said Miro? I didn't say Miro. Who said Miro? Who said Miro? I didn't say Miro. I didn't say no Miro. What you talking about? I didn't say Connor Folks. I didn't say nothing. All right, I'm gonna skip through this video just to give you an idea of, like, some people do, like, if you press the issue, they'll investigate and audit and do what needs to happen. And I think it's at the point where things need to happen. Since they chose to protect the kids that were at this party, that, I'm sorry, are responsible for what happened to Kiely. Her mom ain't doing shit. Her mom couldn't even bother to go look for her. Pap and Dad are off suing people that, I mean, they can do whatever the fuck they want, but the people that they should be suing, they're not. And since they won't, I'm just going to keep digging and digging and digging and digging until we have a case against whatever we need to do. Somebody had said, what does justice look like for me? Justice for me is the full truth, 100% transparency on what happened to Kiely Rodni. And then those people that are responsible for what happened, the people that corroborated to help make it seem it was something that it wasn't, all of those people should be held accountable. I don't care if it's 20 people or it's 200 people. The people that partook in such a high-level corruption cover-up case, should be held accountable. I don't care what part you was in it, you should be held accountable. And that's what justice for Kiely Rodni sounds like to me, is transparency, the truth, and action from that. Her parents, her grandfather, they can do whatever the hell they want. You know what I mean? But I know what I'm doing for Kiely, and it's the right thing. It's the just thing.
It started yesterday morning about 9 o'clock when we were alerted to a welfare check for the residents here because they had not been heard from throughout the weekend.
I think I need this one.
So we arrived and tried to make contact via loudspeaker, knocking at the door, phone calls.
Oh, this is a case that I want to look into because 2 people were killed in this house, and I have a feeling that it wasn't investigated as a murder. Anyway, I want to look into that.
A sexually violent predator now set to be released as a transient. It's a case we've been following for months. Thanks for joining us here for the CBS 13 News at 5.
Yes, you heard that. this is, I don't know why. Like, I understand why all these counties are petitioning. They don't want this man. They don't want this man in our county. But meanwhile, they're fighting this one man when they literally have people like this within their law enforcement. But you're going to banish this guy anyway.
I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Marley Ginter. Authorities in Amador County successfully argued against the man's release there, but now he'll be released in Placer County with no fixed address. CBS 13's Madison Kiely getting answers for us about what this means for the community. Madison.
Look, I'm just going to say it. A pedo is a pedo. It doesn't matter if it was consensual sex with a 16-year-old. You are, 1, a married person. 2, you should be held to the full extent of being a cover person when you're that high up on the fucking law enforcement thing. To me, it doesn't matter the fact that nothing came out of it. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter to me, but you have to just look at it for what it is. If law enforcement is fucking around with children, it doesn't matter if they do it once, and it doesn't matter if this scumbag here that did whatever for how many ever years, like it was like 40 years or whatever, he got 40 years for whatever the fuck he did. Like, I'm still looking into this, okay? These people should be held accountable. But we're only focused on the bums on the street or these people in here. But when you got it in your own law enforcement, like, it don't look good. And then you have the same person speaking out on it, and it's like, bro, but you're not being accountable for being yucky, you know?
Yeah, this months-long, years-long process really has landed with this final outcome of him being released with no...
Oh, here we go. Here's some more on it.
A sexually violent predator now set to be released as a transient.
And just so you guys know, this is up-to-date news. Like, this is what's about to happen. And this is why I say this, okay? If you guys allow this in your town, try to do that shit in a small town. Ain't gonna fly here.
County successfully argued against the man's release, but now he'll be released in Placer County with
you hear
no
where he's
fixed
going?
address.
Look where he's going, to Placer County. Placer County with no fixed address. Do you know how many predos live in Placer County? Do you know how many live next door to you and all around you and shit like that? And y'all are just comfortable with the fact that your law enforcement is failing you? Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up. Because these people are doing some dirty ass shit with your kids.
Yes, 13's Madison Kiely getting answers for us tonight about what this means for the community.
Yeah, I understand he served his time, but...
Yeah, this sexually violent...
You have to understand, 3 other counties was like, we ain't fuck with that. You can take that dirty ass shit on somewhere else. And good old Placer County was like, oh yeah, we'll hook him up with a house and won't tell anybody where he lives. And if he daddles with some kids, is weird as hell.
Violent predator will be given
like
an RV paid for by the state, parked in a designated location that will be decided on here in the next few months, and won't have any keys.
I don't even think she's comfortable with telling this story the way that she's telling it. Yeah, Wu ain't got no room to talk.
Won't be able to move, and this is their solution. It's something that neighbors in this county, as well as law enforcement, have warned could make him difficult to track.
That's unacceptable. It's just really wrong.
Look at his face. Truckee. Tahoe. Look, Grass Valley. Better look. You see this man coming down your road. You better hide your kids, hide your wife.
It's frightening.
Back
Just
in
hide
May,
your kids from this
neighbors
one,
in Amador County made it clear they didn't want William Stevenson, a sexually violent...
Well, guess what? You got him. Maybe Kiely sent him to you.
On to the point, we hold the powerful accountable.
after a murder suspect escaped from a Roseville hospital. The agency responsible is refusing to answer our questions.
Okay.
I'll take full
Okay, y'all listen to this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this video up so that it plays after. I forgot to put this in order. Where's he at? This is like, I don't even know how many years ago. Look, I found, this is fucking, this is good shit right here. Hold up. Let me put that right there. Okay. I found a video where he was previously involved with an inmate escaping. Look, here's Young Woo. Just wait a minute.
Hey, smile for the camera, buddy.
That's KCRA3 exclusive
Okay, wait, where's he
video.
at? Let me just show you him, and then I'll play the whole
Prisoner
story.
who triggered a 3-hour manhunt today. Things are back to normal tonight in Auburn. KCRA3's Tom Duhane
Look.
jacked a citizen.
Look how young he is here, y'all. Just wait. I'm gonna come back to it. I promise I will. I'm gonna come back to it. But first, this is the update.
On to the point, we hold the powerful accountable. After a murder suspect escaped from a Roseville hospital, the agency responsible is refusing.
But y'all clearly ain't holding them responsible because it's already happened with the same law enforcement. I mean, now sheriffs, when he was a deputy, and now it's happening again as a sheriff. I hope you hold him accountable this time.
Refusing to answer our questions.
And I'll take full responsibility, and we'll make sure it never happens again.
Is that what he said when he did it with that 16-year-old kid? Is that what he said? It ain't never gonna happen again. And I'll move on to something else, like letting people escape.
From a Roseville hospital.
Let me rewind this.
On to the point, we hold the powerful accountable. After a murder suspect escaped from a Roseville hospital, the agency responsible is refusing to answer our questions.
And I'll take full responsibility, and we'll make sure it never happens again.
That was Placer County Sheriff Wayne Wu early.
Buddy, it happened. Look at his little side head little thing he's doing right there. Buddy, sir, Mr. Sheriff Guy Wu. Hey, you did this before a long time ago when you was just a little fucking deputy. And now it's happening again. And this time you're big Sheriff Wu. I think it's time y'all hold this man accountable for his fuck-ups. I think Truckee and surrounding regions, all of Placer County, would do a lot better with this guy not in office. I'm just saying. You guys can vote them in every 4 years. You could be the change.
Earlier this month saying the escape of a dangerous inmate should never have happened. After a massive 33-hour manhunt around Roseville and Rockland, deputies captured Eric Abril. He's back behind bars awaiting trial on murder charges, accused of taking and...
Look, he legit gave it a shruggy. I'm not even going to joke, all right? Look, watch.
That was Placer County Sheriff Wayne Wu earlier this month.
Do you see? So let's slow it down. Let me slow it down. Let me show you he did a shruggy. Okay? And then we'll go back to normal. Are you ready for this? Let me mute her. You ready? He shrugged it. What? Yeah, someone needs to just flick one little fucking domino and watch them things go. Pull a flick, blow something on one of them cards so that whole fucking deck just falls. Yep.
This month saying the escape of a dangerous inmate should never have happened.
Yeah,
after a massive 33-hour manhunt around Roseville and...
But it happened before on his time. But now he's a sheriff. Y'all not getting it? Placer County. Mr. Wu's been bad.
Rockland, deputies captured Eric Abril. He's back behind bars awaiting trial.
He ain't doing his job.
On murder charges, accused of taking and shooting hostages. ABC 10 investigate.
Didn't you say you hold all of them accountable? You better start investigating.
Reporter Brandon Ritteman has been pushing for details from the Placer County Sheriff's Office, trying to learn.
Sounds like your news media is sick of his shit.
How this escape was possible. And Brandon, I have to ask you, has the Sheriff's Office been open about any of this?
Nope.
Not.
Okay, you ready? You ready, y'all? Okay. This is from 2009. 2009. And it's happening again in 2023. And we're just pretending like this doesn't just happen on his time.
Hey, smile for the camera, buddy.
That's KCRA3 exclusive video. Deputies capture an escaped prisoner who triggered a 3-hour manhunt today. Things are back to normal tonight in Auburn. KCRA3's Tom Duhane joins us live. Tom,
sorry, y'all. This is so pixely, but it's from 2009.
We're here at the Placer County Jail where the suspect has finally been returned.
Do not adjust your potatoes. This video quality looked like it come out of 1983. Sorry. It is what it is. I can't make it any better.
To the jail tonight. It was a wild day. It started when a jail inmate,
bro, he said it was a wild day,
jumped out of a wheelchair and ran. It eventually involved
what did they just say? Isn't it like deja vu? Just jumped up out of his wheelchair, said peace the fuck out, right? Did you hear it?
Jail where the suspect has finally been returned to the jail tonight. It was a wild day. It started when a jail inmate jumped out of a wheelchair and ran. It eventually involved 40 officers on a search, 2 helicopters.
Did you hear that? How many officers? And this is back in 2009. Oh, boo. Oh, boo.
And canine units. And it finally came to an end when some citizens grabbed it.
Hey, smile for the camera, buddy.
Escapee David Lee Todd, moments after being tackled and handcuffed by citizens in Auburn.
Look, I bet you all them little trucky locals that were set out to tell me to focus on something else, I bet you all gonna start regretting that I started looking at Placer County as a whole, huh?
Before the police arrived. Surrounded by several men, he gave up. And a KCRA3 cameraman was right there.
Deja vu!
There were 8 guys around,
Dude,
so
that's
he wasn't
good.
going anywhere.
That's good. We gotta get that up there.
Todd had escaped from 2 deputies escorting him in for x-rays.
Got out of the building and carjacked a citizen who was in the middle of climbing into her vehicle. He escaped the area. We subsequently received a call of a reckless driver in this area and located his vehicle.
That's the SUV that was carjacked, abandoned about a...
Don't this story sound like the same story, just like a lot of years apart? What the fuck? It's the same exact thing. Wheelchair and all. Like, what the fuck? You didn't learn the first time? Now you're a sheriff and doing it even worse? Wow.
Mile away. Todd, wearing an orange jail jumpsuit, ran into a housing complex. Then
they didn't give him time to ditch it in the fucking creek, though, you know?
Into a parkway.
I was sitting in my house and I saw somebody in an orange jumpsuit, or, you know, I saw bright orange, and then I saw...
Wonder if he's walking his dog, too.
I'll run down the creek over here.
It was an intense...
What? He's running down a creek, too! Oh, shit!
3-hour search by air and ground, focusing on the Rock Creek area in the...
And you know what's really funny? Is none of these people found him. It was a citizen. Again, same fucking story. Different timestamp. This shit's crazy. If y'all don't believe me, I'm gonna go ahead and share this story. KRCA don't like when I share their news thingies, but I be finding some good ass shit. This shit's from a long time ago. Go ahead and check that out. All right. So, there's a lot of things happening in Placer County. Let's listen to this one. This story happened in 2021. And I don't even think this family is still... I don't think nothing's come out of it either. I'm going to look into this one a little bit deeper, too. I got you, Placer County. Don't you worry. That's what you get for not telling the truth about Kiely Rodni. I told you I was going to dig. I'm going to keep on digging.
You know, I thank God that my son survived, and he's here to tell his story.
New tonight, a local mother demanding answers in a case from January. She says Placer County deputies stopped her son, Albert Zavala III, for a minor traffic violation, and he ended up being shot several times.
My son...
And you know what's really fucked up? Remember when they shot that woman in front of her kid?
Asked for a supervisor to be brought on the scene because he feared for his life. And he stated that multiple times that he feared for his life. And again, the answer to that was to shoot him.
Zavala tells ABC 10 it all started as a traffic stop in the Thunder Valley Casino parking lot back on January 11th. He claims instead of waiting for a supervisor to arrive, deputies reached into his car and things took what could have been a fatal turn.
Muse News, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. What I'm gonna do is go out raising hell. I'm gonna tell the truth for these victims. I'm gonna put this shit on blast and not care about it. And not care about it. These people matter. These stories matter. Fighting corruption matters. I don't have to worry about this shit going on in my town. I don't. And it just so happened, bless her soul, Kiely Rodni opened my eyes to a county that I can't turn my eyes away from. You guys failed her. You have failed so many families, so many children, so many stories in Placer County. Y'all fell in these people. Talking about you uphold the law. The fuck you do. The fuck you do.
So I called Placer County Sheriff's Office to see what they had to say about the allegations.
This bitch.
Of agency policy or the law.
The Sheriff's Office admits Zavala did request a supervisor and that the deputy did reach into the vehicle before that supervisor arrived.
He was simply trying to get the keys out of the ignition to avoid Mr. Zavala from fleeing the scene.
The Sheriff's Office says because the deputy...
So you shot this man while taking the keys out of his car on a minor traffic violation. Miss Lady, sheriff, deputy, coroner, whatever the fuck you are, you had no right taking the keys out of this man's ignition, let alone fucking shooting this man. It looked like you hit his fucking front of his car too, but hey, what do I know about all that?
He was entangled in the car. He was dragged. That's when he fired his gun,
Andrew
hitting
Brown
Zavala,
Jr.
who later stopped on his
I'll
own.
look into this more
ABC
too.
10 has requested dash cam video of the incident.
The video tells the story, and you will be getting it from beginning to end. So you'll
I'm gonna be looking for that then. I think I'm gonna need to find that. If anybody can help me find this footage, hook it up.
able to see everything that transpired.
For them to pull him over
I'm
for
gonna
a
find
blinker
out.
stop.
I'm gonna find out because this has been 2 years. I'm gonna find out if that dash cam footage was released.
For it to go to, him being shot. I have a lot of questions. I just want
And
help.
if not, I'm gonna stand up for this fucking family too.
At this point, I want justice.
People realize this guy is probably dangerous,
These people are sick of... Look, these are people in Placer County speaking up. They don't even want this man coming and moving in their shit, and they're about to drop a fucking Predo up on your shit. It's a gift from Kiely. I don't know. No idea. Here we go. We're gonna get into some good.
Placer County Sheriff's deputy is out of a job and now facing criminal charges. Those charges involve...
I'm gonna slide you into the minor one first, okay? 2 men facing some serious ass charges, but the second one, it gets deep.
Of sexual misconduct while on and off duty. John Persinger is accused of soliciting prostitution. Hello, I'm Gulston Dar.
And I'm Andrea Flores. We've also learned an Auburn woman filed a civil lawsuit against him, claiming he sexually assaulted her. KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor is live in Auburn tonight. So, Michelle, what have you learned?
Well, while announcing the news of the fired deputy's arrest, the Placer County Sheriff said, quote, "We have no tolerance for law enforcement misconduct on or off duty." And now John Persinger.
Guy, everybody making a comment, but Guy, it's because she is a hired public informant person, like PR, media, like it's her job.
Faces charges in both criminal and civil courts, accused of soliciting prostitution while on and off the job. 44-year-old John Persinger finds himself on the other side of the law. This is his mugshot, taken after being arrested by law.
His eyes are glossy as hell. I'm gonna bet that this guy is drunk as fuck in this mugshot.
Law enforcement colleagues with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. The former deputy faces 4 misdemeanor counts stemming from several incidents of misconduct between September and November of
This motherfucker's getting prostitutes unlawfully. Okay, he's a cop, and he's unlawfully possessing a person's criminal history. Okay? The way that they're spinning this is bullshit, okay? This dude went to a woman's house and SA'd her and then threw money at her. Okay, let's tell a story how it really happened from the victim's perspective. Okay? Then he went and did a background check on her and got her criminal history report and dangled that over her head and said, well, I'm going to come back to you whenever I feel like I want to have sex, and I'm going to pay you. Okay? This is what he did. And then we're going to turn around and we're just going to say that these are misdemeanor charges. Do you guys not realize what happened to Tiffany Thiel that led her to take her own life? Because shit like this is not being taken seriously. And the fact that the standard of law enforcement is so bare minimum, it's no wonder why you have a population of kids growing up and getting away with the shit that they are. Talking about, oh, our kids are out of control. No, you raise them kids. Be responsible for them kids. Hold your law enforcement to some type of fucking standard. My God.
2022. 2 charges of soliciting prostitution and 2 more of unlawfully possessing the criminal history of another person. A civil lawsuit filed against Persinger by an Auburn woman spells out in detail the alleged sexual misconduct incidents. She's asking for damages for sexual assault by duress and coercion, by threats to retaliate, sexual battery, assault and battery, interference with civil rights, and gender violence.
This man has assaulted this woman, sexually assaulted this woman with the use of his badge, then threatened her with the use of his badge. And you're talking about you hold your law enforcement to a higher standard? What standard? Here. Misdemeanor charges, no. I don't know how people of Placer County and Auburn are not... This cannot be. This is a felony charge right here.
The woman claims Persinger came to her home in his patrol car and in uniform to take...
In his patrol car and uniform. And sexually assaulted this woman. And then because he threw money at her, or offered her money and he's going to come back whenever he wants to get his dick wet, that's what that's called. It's called rape. It's not solicitation. It's sexual assault and rape. Yes. And this is where we're trying to downplay it, you know, make it seem like it's not what it is type of deal.
Make a theft report in September of 2022, but the court documents reveal her terror grew as his presence turned menacing when he showed her pictures on his phone of her on an escort website. She said she had no choice but to engage in sex acts. In November, she said he returned to her home in his patrol car and uniform again. She said she felt powerless as he demanded another sex act and told her he needed to see her twice a week or twice a month. The sheriff's office says when it was informed of the allegations in January, detectives and the district attorney's office conducted a joint investigation.
Did y'all call on Frickberg? Who'd you call on? Because that person should be held accountable for not putting this girl's police report in seriously. This is not misdemeanor. You're talking about a law enforcement official. Civilians get worse punishment for this shit. Hold them to a fucking standard. That's why the law is the law.
Singer was soon fired and arrested this week.
Let me remind you.
Well, and that woman in the lawsuit claims that she has evidence from those incidents and that she also has conversations recorded on her home security system when she says Persinger came back to her home after she filed that complaint. Now,
okay, and then after she files this complaint, he goes back to threaten her. And this is a misdemeanor charge? In what fucking planet do we live on that we promote this type of behavior? It's bad enough that citizens do this shit, but we're just... This is what the standard that we're holding to law enforcement in this region? Y'all must be smoking some fucking good-ass shit.
Persinger had been employed here at the Placer County Sheriff's Office for 4 years. He's expected to be in court to face these charges in September. Reporting live in Auburn, Michelle Bandor, KCRA 3 News.
Michelle, thank you so much for the update. And the Sheriff's Office also reported the allegations to the California Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training under Senate Bill 2.
Get it. You ready?
KCRA 3 News at 6 starts right now.
No. Hold on.
He's a sheriff's deputy, once hailed as a hero by then-Governor.
I just want you to understand what standard some of these people have been held to. Like this guy here, he assaulted somebody but at the age of 18, and he got investigated and he got convicted. I think he got a felony charge, some shit like that. Okay? Listen to this.
Now to your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes.
Today, the U.S. Supreme Court
I don't give a fuck, dude. What I care about is this right here. I think this is it.
Your Power Inn and Florin Road. All 4 got themselves to the hospital and are expected to be. A Placer County deputy was arrested today. Wes Montez is accused of raping 2 people he was dating. He's been on leave.
Y'all remember when it was just 2 people? Just wait.
Since the allegations came forward in March. Today he was booked in the Placer County.
Okay, in March, he was accused of 2. This is being released on July 1st. Y'all ready for the update?
In other news today, a Placer County deputy arrested on rape charges is now facing more charges after another alleged victim has come forward. Wes Montz was arraigned today on charges including rape of an intoxicated person. 2 more charges were added today from a 3rd alleged victim for a total of 16 counts.
Did you hear that? 16 motherfucking counts. You let this man get away with this shit. 16. 16 times he broke the law. Broke the law with his badge. This is fucking just, I gotta play.
In other news today, a Placer County deputy arrested on rape charges is now facing more charges after another alleged victim has come forward. Wes Montz was arraigned today on charges including rape of an intoxicated person.
And I love how they're still calling him alleged victim even though there's 16 people saying, yeah, he fucking raped me. 16, yes. All it should take is 1. And when you do that to 1, that charge should stick as a felony charge. You're telling me it takes 16 for this man to be charged with a felony charge? That's the standard? And y'all want to move to this area? I would highly suggest selling your homes and to stop supporting the sickness or fight against it. Start speaking up. Get louder. Do something to change this standard.
2 more charges were added today from a 3rd alleged victim for a total of 16 counts. He was arrested last week. There will be a hearing next week to decide if Montz should be granted bail. Montz is on administrative leave from the sheriff's office.
And all this man's got right now is administrative leave and pending charges. They ain't saying nothing what's going on with him, whatever. Let me see this motherfucker get a slap on a wrist. I hope your dick gets sick, buddy. I do. I hope it falls off. Sick motherfuckers. Okay? I don't even think this man has still, I don't think he's ever gotten.
In the Reiner Report, the big question tonight.
I don't think this has been fully investigated either.
Should drug dealers who sell fentanyl be charged with murder if the person dies?
Yes.
It has happened here in California.
Okay, we've already heard of 2 cases. Nate Kabakugan and that, I think he's, I'm not sure if he's like, I know he's from like Asia or something like that. I'm not sure what he is. Korean, Japanese, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But there's 2 cases of where men are being charged for fentanyl poisoning. But listen to this story of this man. And he's still waiting for somebody to be held accountable for the death of a baby.
California, but not often.
And our political reporter Morgan Reiner takes a deeper look at why and talked with a dad who recently lost his daughter and the changes he wants to see. Morgan.
Chris and Laura, over the next 2 weeks, you'll hear a lot of politicians.
Shut the fuck up.
Mike Wood doesn't want to be sitting in his office talking to me.
We're here today because of the tragic death of my daughter.
He's here.
Wait, he said Mike Wood? Mike Wood? Okay, I'm
For 22-year-old Tori.
I love you, little bear, and I'll miss you forever. You're half my heart.
3 weeks ago, he got the phone call every parent dreads.
He had an overdose on 10/2.
Doctors pronounced Tori brain dead 3 days later.
I don't know that she even knew she was taking fentanyl.
What Wood does know, he wants the person that sold his baby girl the drugs to be held responsible.
I just want them to take me seriously, take my daughter's death seriously.
Oh wait, this isn't the
and
baby. This
do something about it.
is this the dude that finally? No, this isn't it. I have a baby story where a baby died on fentanyl, and I think it was due to the father. I think it's in this playlist. If it's not, I will find it and I will play it the next time we do this. This is the story of this dad, Mike Wood. Who's faking it? No, he's not faking it. This gentleman, somebody sold his daughter fentanyl in a pill and she overdosed. If I'm not mistaken, this is this isn't the Kabakugan one. But I haven't heard any more on this case. You heard about Kabakugan and the other dude, but I have not heard about I don't even know what this girl's name is. Like, this is why I'm putting this out here. If you know the girl that's included in this one, this dude, what was his name? Mike Wood? I need to find his daughter. Let me see if I say her name.
Do something about it. Even if the investigation leads to no conviction, at least I know they tried.
I've confirmed what Wood told me. Roseville PD does not have an open investigation. They said the sheriff's
Did you hear that?
department is responsible. The sheriff's office told us they're only involved as a coroner in this case.
To me, it seems very simple. You take the
Wait, now these sheriff coroners are saying, no, we're just coroners. What?
evidence, you test it, you check the phone.
Wood is sitting with a bag of drugs and his daughter's phone, hoping the police use it to investigate. Once that does happen, he wants a murder charge.
Dude, that's an Afume thingy, isn't it?
It's a no-brainer. I don't understand why there's such a hiccup as far as getting prosecutions.
The Placer County District Attorney explained why getting a murder charge...
I can't look at him, I'm sorry. I can't look at him. Okay, let's move on. I'll find, I don't see it here. There is a case, I think the baby was like 13 months old or something. I'll find it. There is a case of a baby that somehow overdosed on fentanyl, and it's one of the parents' faults. I thought I added it to my playlist. I might have it in my watch later or something like that. I'll find it and I'll get it out. Okay. If y'all think stuff is bad, okay, so I think about Amy Morris. I think about all different cases when I look at Placer County, because there's just so many cases within Placer County that just don't sit right. If y'all have not heard Amy Morris's story, in my opinion, allegedly, I think her boyfriend may have done something to her, or that she slipped and fell in her bathtub. Something happened in her shower where she slipped and fell. Whether she was pushed or whatever is for the courts to decide. However, what had happened was he then called the police and had her removed from her own home, which I've never heard in a domestic dispute that they tell the homeowner to get the fuck out, or the person renting the place to get the fuck out. It's usually the person staying with you that is told to get the fuck out. Okay? He called a domestic dispute, and they arrested her for biting him when she clearly had marks on her. Okay? But arrested her instead of him in her home. Here's the kicker. This couple had only been together, living together, I should say. They met off Tinder, were together for a year, and living together for 1 month. In 1 month's time, this man somehow got this girl to sign over her rights of medical and her children to him, which I have a problem with that. I have a real problem with that. It sounds like he wrote the thing, but that's just allegedly. Okay. They arrested her, and then you got to think about the head trauma that's going on there. Put her in jail. I think she was in there for 3 days. She was supposed to see the judge that following morning, and when they went in, they found her deceased. Unresponsive is what they said, and rushed her to the hospital. Her autopsy, her sister can't even get her hands on. Can't even get her own sister's autopsy. Okay? There's no conclusive information. When talked to the boyfriend, he laughed about it, mocked it, then fled town and left these two boys with a teacher at school. There's a lot of things happening in this case. Whether it's, I mean, if Amy really did sign her rights off to him, then he abandoned these children, minors. That's neglect. Why he's not being charged on neglect charges, don't know. Why he's not being investigated for the possibility that he is what led to her death, and then on top of it, the county for not seeking her medical assistance for the head. They wrote in the report that she went in with a head wound, head trauma, and never. That's part of the problem with Amy's story. But then I hear about the way that inmates are being treated in Placer County Corrections, and it's just, these men are afraid to come forward. Some of them are sexually assaulted, some of them are brutally beaten, and nothing is ever done for these people. It's that's loud. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. How Placer County Sheriff's Office is not being held to a standard, I'm going to keep talking about it because I can't wrap my head around it. They need to be audited and investigated.
An emotional announcement for Placer County Sheriff.
Is this same guy that was in that holding Chucky to a standard? I haven't watched this completely yet.
It bothers me. An emotional announcement for Placer County Sheriff Devin Bell for the arrests of Sergeant Correctional Officer Megan Yaws for false reporting, Deputy Robert Madden and Correction Officer Jeffrey Villanueva for assaulting inmates. The evidence uncovered in the last few weeks.
When 3 of them do something that disappointing, it impacts me to the core.
Prosecutors have identified...
Sir, can you now investigate some of these other officers? He's clearly shook up on what's happening in the prison systems. You should probably be checking in what's happening in these offices and what's happening in patrol and cases and all of those things. This guy seems like a good guy.
6 victims. 2 of the inmates talked to us while still in custody, telling what they experienced behind these walls. This is 26-year-old Bo Bangert.
I swung back and hit him.
And 35-year-old Philip Daly.
I'm not one of them.
Look, and these men that are being abused, and because they're like fighting back, the officers of this jail are kind of like swaying them that, oh no, it was your fault, you deserved it.
All I read, I'm not one to usually complain.
Daly says he doesn't remember being assaulted.
Well, I'm not going to press charges.
Why?
Because I don't believe that happened.
And adds he doesn't want anyone to
This guy don't even want to admit that he was SA'd. It's kind of weird, right?
lose his or her job.
They're doing a job, and the rules of engagement. If I was in the wrong, I've always got what I deserve coming to me.
Bangert, on the other hand, says he was attacked twice.
I was tripping hard. Anything could have been happening.
Were you on drugs?
Yeah.
He admits he swung at an officer first and was hit back. The second time, he says, was for making noise.
One was holding me, and then one tased me, and then put me in a sleeper shot hold.
The sheriff's office hasn't divulged what exactly happened to the inmates.
I can tell you the video was compelling.
Following the district attorney's recommendation, that video will not be released.
And if that video were to be released, it could in fact color people's perceptions of what happened.
I don't know, he could be faking it. I mean, it seems like a lot of these people go to acting school, so who the fuck knows, man? These people are deceptive as fuck.
Bangert says he hopes the officers are fired.
They're gonna have to
Okay, I'm just giving you all a trigger warning for the next video that you're about to see. This does include violence.
In Placer County, Dana Griffin,
right now,
KCRA 3 News.
A disturbing new video of an attack on a Placer County jail inmate and the lawsuit settled today that led to its release.
And we do want to warn you at home, the video you're about to see is very graphic.
Weak to your
This
stomach.
video shows
Look
4
away.
Placer County Sheriff's deputies, violently attacking mentally ill inmate Bo Bangert inside a suicide watch cell in the
Can't even do
Auburn
nothing.
jail.
What the fuck are you doing?
This highly disturbing video, under lock and key before today, it was recorded back in 2017.
There are tons, and I'm only showing you the least brutal one I could find. I'm just trying to put that out there. If you actually go look at police brutality in Placer County jails, Auburn jails, you'll get the idea. There's a lot of them out there. Some of the brutality I can't even stomach. I saw one where they put that spit thingy, but pulled it back on him and was fucking him up. I mean, fucking him up. There's some videos out there that are very trigger warning. This is the one that is honestly like the least brutal that I could find. So yes, I am kind of downplaying it, but I don't want to put super triggering stuff on my channel. We already talk about things that they're deep.
Led the firing of 3 Placer County officials and a class action lawsuit. Again,
Good.
that suit was settled in court today, prompting the release.
This man is mentally disabled. And do you see how they came in on him? Look at this. Let me make this shit full screen.
Placer County Sheriff's
He's scared as fuck, dude.
Violently attacking mentally ill inmate Bo Bangert inside a suicide watch cell in the Auburn jail.
What the fuck? Okay? That is not how you... No. That's not how you... No. Hi, puppy. Yes, I'll take you outside. Just to give you an idea, like I don't even want to play the whole thing. Like I don't want to play stuff like that in full context on my channel. But this shit is happening. Okay? Here's another story of somebody that was shot and killed by a Placer County Sheriff's officer. I don't even know if anything's happening.
A person is dead, killed by deputies during a traffic stop. ABC 10's Monica Coleman has arrived at the scene. Monica, I know you've just gotten there. What?
Look, and the reason why documentaries like Everyone Counts happens is because police officers are doing shit to people and ain't nobody honoring the fucking victims here.
Can you tell us to the moment?
We are, though.
Right now, we do know, like you said, one person is dead this morning after an altercation with law enforcement. This all happened right before midnight last night, and they were doing what they were calling an everyday traffic stop when that traffic stop escalated pretty quickly. So the person got out of that vehicle and had what deputies are calling an armed confrontation with them, and then that turned into what led to deputies shooting the suspect. Deputies say they did perform life-saving measures, but he died at the scene. No deputies were harmed. You can see now here at Loxley Lane where this incident did happen.
You notice they don't give no name of the victim? Don't worry, I'm going to be looking into this one as well. Because it's weird how they're saying that he's armed, but anything that I've looked up on it doesn't say that he's armed, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to look into this one a little bit further. This is happening this year in Placer County as well. This one right here, I really like this one. I'm going to let this one play the whole way through while I take my puppy out to go potty. I still have my headsets on, so I can listen to it.
And we're starting with this. Placer County Sheriff's officials speaking out tonight after the office was hit with a federal subpoena. Now, at the same time, KCRA 3 has learned of several other internal investigations underway in the department.
And tonight, the Placer County Sheriff's Department acknowledges the subpoena and the other unrelated investigations. KCRA 3 Sharakina Shams joins us now with what she's learned.
Kelly Golson, we also know that a number of sheriff staff, including deputies, have been under internal investigation for what the department calls personnel matters. Now, tonight, a Placer Sheriff's lieutenant says those investigations are unconnected to that federal subpoena. It was during the first week of August a federal subpoena was served to Placer County's undersheriff. We don't know what the subpoena is for, and Placer County Sheriff's officials could say little today.
I'm not allowed to speak about the federal subpoena, but they're asking for...
Here's what cracks me up on this shit, okay? This is from 2014, August 22nd. But what's crazy is any time any Placer County office is subpoenaed, you don't hear nothing about it. You don't hear nothing about it. Nothing. I can't find nothing on the subpoena.
Placer County's undersheriff. We don't know what the subpoena is for.
Don't know what it's
about.
about.
Sheriff's officials could say little today.
I'm not allowed to speak about the federal subpoena, but they're asking for...
Federal subpoena. I like the sound of that.
Documents or evidence of some sort, then we would produce that.
The Fed been watching you since 2014, Placer County.
The agency did tell us the subpoena is unconnected to a series of internal investigations of staff, including sheriff's deputies. The department can't offer details of confidential investigations, but KCRA3 has learned through multiple
Don't worry, I'm gonna
sources
keep digging.
that one deputy is being investigated for sending text messages, including the N-word.
This is over just the N-word, okay? This is a federal subpoena. Shannon, did you include the family of 4 that were shot and killed? I do talk about them. You're talking about the Singh family. I've talked about them quite a bit. There's a lot. There's a lot of names. There's a lot of names.
The department confirms that another deputy was recently fired, and sources say it was for, quote, inappropriate use of county time. The agency also confirms a correctional officer recently resigned, but they...
Like, this is the thing with what's going on here, okay, is you get a federal subpoena, and then what they do is they resign, and then they don't look into the criminal conduct. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You've been still doing this shit. Like, it's great that you guys are starting, doing federal subpoenas, but the fact that these people backpedal out of this shit is where you got me fucked up, and this has been going on since 2014. I'm not giving you anything else. No. All right. Now, this next and final one, this is from Locals. So I'm just going to let him play. Let him say
Justice Reform Coalition.
Yep.
Placer County protest speech.
This is what needs to happen in Truckee. You see this protest? Listen to what this guy says. I like this guy. Let's turn it up a little bit so you can hear him loud and clear.
To protest corruption in Placer County.
We're here to protest corruption in Placer County.
And the corruption spans the whole Placer County government. But in particular, the corruption starts in the sheriff's department.
Such an outcry about it that they have to do something. That's the purpose of having demonstrations. That's the purpose of having sit-ins. That's the purpose of doing all the things.
Corruption always rolls downhill. It doesn't start at the bottom of these organizations and travel uphill. It starts at the top and it rolls downhill. So it starts with Sheriff Bonner and under Sheriff Bell, and it goes all the way down to...
And it starts with so-and-so, and then it goes on to under Sheriff Bell. Now it's Woo on down, right? I know, I like this guy. I can't find his name either.
Come out and arrest you, who falsify police reports, who suppress evidence, who sit on the witness stand and knowingly commit perjury, because it's good for their job security. There's something called...
And here he says it's good for them, the corruption is good for them because it means job security. Yep, Billy Darling got it.
Prison industrial complex. It's alive and well in this country, and it's very profitable if you're in law enforcement. That's why people retire from the Placer County Sheriff's Department and collect $135,000 a year for 30 or 40 years.
There needs to be an audit of Placer County Sheriff's Office. There needs to be an audit of Placer County. There needs to be a thorough investigation on so much corruption.
We need to work together.
I personally have evidence to prove everything I've just said. Deputy John Riella, Sergeant...
Why is no attorney general, district attorney listening to this man? He has proof and ain't nothing being done. What the fuck is going on, America? What the fuck is going on, California? What the fuck is going on, Placer County? What the fuck is going on?
Helen Thompson, Captain Jeff Brown, all of them conspired to railroad me.
Look, and if you don't believe what this other guy's shouting in the background, which I'm listening to both of them at the same time, you can hear this guy saying, we have cop watchers out here on the street. And if you don't believe me, go watch NorCal Cop Watch. I will start showing you guys some of the videos from various people that I watch all over North California. A lot of these cop watchers and the absolute corruption and illegal activities happening within Placer County. It's unreal to me.
They suppressed evidence. Deputy Riella committed perjury on the witness stand. I can prove it.
Like, he can literally prove that people are committing perjury. I hope this guy is still alive and well. Like, he can admit, or has evidence that people are committing perjury, that they're lying, that they're covering things up.
Court transcripts, I have police reports. They suppress police reports about the other.
They suppress police reports.
Perjury on the witness stand. I can prove it. I have court transcripts. I have police reports. They suppress police reports about the other person involved in my case who had a proven history of violence, beating his children, beating his wife, stalking neighbors.
Quick summary, like a 10-second, in 10 seconds summarize what your incident is.
Had to do with a neighbor running an illegal, unlicensed snow removal business next door to me. I naively filed complaints with the sheriff.
Placer County residents. They may have power because they have money, but there is power in numbers when you speak up against the corruption and the bullshit.
With Placer County Zoning Department, and I was very vocal.
Oh no, Muse News, Pam, I've been coming across this stuff, like, a lot of this I found just today, and I found it, and I was listening to it as I was, like, doing my dishes, vacuuming, doing my houseworks and stuff like that, and I was like, oop, gotta add that to a playlist, oop, gotta add that to a playlist, and here you have it. Like, I didn't really have, other than I knew what I wanted to present, I really haven't gotten a chance. Like, tomorrow will be mainly my down day to where I do the back end of things, whereas me researching, finding more information, stuff like that. And then Wednesday I will come back and present anything that I found or any more things that I found, and then continue talking about Kiely, Rodni, and cases that I feel are important to keep out there. Yes, justice for all. That's why we have a justice system. I am a patriot, and I'm here to make sure our system stops felling people, specifically children.
Pointing out that they were breaking the law, and I naively expected law enforcement to enforce the law.
Look, if there's anybody out there brave enough that wants to speak up, like the bum does, about Placer County corruption, you are more than welcome to ever come up on my panel. I am working on getting more donations. If you guys want to donate and you want to see it go to a good cause, it will help me if you donate $1, $5, to pay my monthly payment to my StreamYard so that I can get people up on panel. When I'm running it through OBS, I can't really panel people up. Like, I can dispatch people in through my Discord, but without that monthly thing, like, I can't continue doing what I do best, which is getting people up on panel and letting voices be heard. But if there is anybody out there that wants to donate and help me out to get my StreamYard back, please do. You know the drill. If there is anybody out there that would like to come up on panel on the days that I do have StreamYard running, you are more than welcome to come out here and tell your story.
Instead, I was threatened multiple times by Deputy Riella. I was told I'd be run out of the county. Well, eventually, after my neighbor tried.
Speaking of telling a story, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to drop the link to this guy talking, because it is already 12:36. There is a video I want to play, and our wonderful Miss Ara got the opportunity, I got the opportunity to be there live while it was happening. I'm going to go to Miss Ara's channel. She has a video out there, y'all. Please go subscribe to her. She does some of the most commendable work on topics that resonate with her. She does her homework. She does her research. People reach out to her. And the story of Dylan Rousey. If you guys have not heard this story, this is another story from Placer County. This is a mom that her son, Dylan Rousey, was murdered. And they covered it up. If y'all are not subscribed to Ara, please go subscribe to her.
Hey guys, thanks for being here and watching. Today we're going to speak on Nicholas M. Baker, Dylan Rousey, Kiely, Rodni, and Miss Gina Wesley.
Yes, let's get
We're going to start off with Nicholas M. Nicholas M. Baker, 21 years old, a new quote-unquote Marine, decided to drive drunk on October the 30th, 2022. This decision cost the life of Dylan Rousey.
I'm going to pause this, and then I'm going to stop talking and just let Ara do it all with his mom. Vehicular manslaughter is still manslaughter. You still killed somebody with your vehicle. This is why I will not stop talking about Paisley Woodard as well. Placer County, you got a lot of blood on your hands. And it's time you start doing something for these fucking victims.
Baker, 21 years old, a new quote-unquote Marine, decided to drive drunk on October the 30th, 2022. This decision cost the life of Dylan Rousey. Nicholas M. Baker was charged with vehicular manslaughter, but from my research has not served jail time. The judge sentenced Baker to 8 months in jail, which meant 4 months or less plus probation. No restitution amount was set at the sentencing, still waiting. Because the sentence was so lenient, Baker can withdraw his no contest plea, seek to have his charge reduced to a misdemeanor, and then have it expunged. And this is straight from Miss Gina Wesley's Facebook page. Gina for coming up on panel the other day, and I highly encourage you to go listen to the entire live. I will also link down her channel down below in case you want to go and send some love. I have inserted some clips, but again, I encourage you to go listen to the entire thing. She also speaks of Kiely towards the end of the live and her thoughts on how the situation was handled. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this story.
Again, Baker family. I am so fucking connected that I have somebody at the ER. Not only that, but I have a friend whose father is, I think he's a lieutenant with Placer County Sheriff's Department. He knew before I knew that my son, about the crash.
What?
Now, because he got an email. Now, one of the thoughts that went through my head, and I don't know because I don't know all of law enforcement procedures, but is that standard for a lieutenant to be contacted about a DUI crash? Like every DUI crash, does he get an email on every single one of them? Because he's pretty high rank. So, or is that because they're the law enforcement connection? I don't know. And I've got all of those reports, like the initial report that the CHP did, it's on my Facebook. So you can read the statements. And the cops were there within 7 minutes. Because if you go to that crash site, and that's why I have that video there, there's not a curve in the road. Because I kept looking at it, I was like, why did he swerve? It doesn't make any sense. There's not a curve right there. It straightens out at that point. And it just so happened that 2 cars went by at the time that I'm standing there. So it goes to show you how straight it is.
Yeah, so that's what's showing here. Believes that Nicholas M. Baker, while being intoxicated and possibly with prescription pills, turned to check his FaceTime because his girlfriend was calling him, and when doing so, swerved and killed her son Dylan.
Yep.
And what you're showing me as a mother is like you're doing everything you can for justice. And trying to figure
so you see how straight that was. So remember, there's a car behind him, right?
Right.
So the car behind him. So what they said is that he suddenly turned into my son. He just suddenly turned into my son because it took him a long time to do the investigation, the CHP part. I called CHP and asked, is it ready yet? And they're like, it's not ready. And the lady explained to me, the charge is gross vehicular manslaughter, DUI. And she says, that is a very high charge, as high as you can go without it being murder. The next step would be murder. And that the CHP wanted to make sure that they did absolutely everything correct. Then we get to October 2022, because wasn't it October that Kiely, it was graduation. No, it was graduation. So it wasn't October. It was almost a year later.
Well, Kiely went on the 6th and then was found on the 21st.
Yes. So, but it was like a graduation party or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, at a park. Okay. So she's up at Truckee. Her mother knew because she said she was going to a party.
Right. Yeah.
And so she had permission. She knew. Yet everybody was talking about how drunk she was, whatever. Everybody's first thought, because even when they had it posted, we think that she's been kidnapped. Everybody said, no, check the ravines, check the lake.
I remember that. Everybody was commenting.
Everybody was in the water. It's like, are you fucking kidding me, cops? You guys are trained in this shit. You have the public telling you where to look, and then you're not doing it. Why did they lead the public also? Oh, immediately, we think that we have reason to believe that she's been kidnapped. We don't have her vehicle. There's no vehicle. There's no nothing. There's whatever. Instantly, they feel like she's been kidnapped. and they had the FBI involved. The FBI, I understand, I think it's because it was a state park or because of where it is right there on that line. You're right near the state line. So they immediately have the FBI involved. But they are giving out all this information that is leading people into thinking, oh, she's been kidnapped. They're going down these different tangents, right? Where all of her first inclinations is she probably she probably drove off the road, went down the ravine because there's all these steepness. You can see it in the comment section. Everybody's first thought was that. So they drag it out. Oh, and then but Placer County made national news, right? They're everywhere. I'm watching them out here on the East Coast. We're Placer County. That's how I fucking heard about it. I'm on the East Coast and I hear about Placer County in the news, trying to seem like there's something special, like we're doing this investigation, yada yada. That's what I started following, seeing things, and I ended up, commenting. And then Adventures with Purpose comes in. Within 15 minutes, they find that vehicle not that far off the shore. And then what does Placer County do? Excuses. Yes. I'm sorry, but uniforms aren't supposed to make excuses. You're supposed to find out where did things break down that somebody fucked this up this bad. You don't make up excuses for it and be like, well, we couldn't do it because we don't have the money. You don't have the, they have better equipment. They're better trained. You're the fucking wealthiest county up in Northern California. You didn't have the money to hire whoever.
All right, I'm pausing this for a minute. I'm going to drop Miss Gina Wesley's, or Rowley, or Wasley. It is Wasley. Gina Wasley's YouTube channel. The video that she's talking about her son is up on her YouTube. Please go check it out. Go check the comments. Go look at her Facebook with all the comments on there. And you all are start to get an idea in how the corruption isn't changing. It's only getting worse.
You wanted? You claim that you support your troops and all this stuff like that. You have all of these people who wear uniforms, military included, who want to come to Placer County to work for that department. You couldn't find somebody with specialized skills when you are in a destination for outdoor recreation globally. People from all over the world come to Placer County for that. You've got the Rubicon Trails for that area, right? You've got the lakes, you have Tevis, and you don't have equipment for that. Okay, and so we'll kind of give you that excuse.
No, they didn't
total
get
bullshit.
that because they're surrounded by lakes. They're surrounded by reservoirs. They're surrounded by
exactly. So again, it's equipment. So exactly. So again, it's bullshit.
They did have it. They did have it. They said that they had it. We just didn't know how to use it. Okay.
Yeah. See, again, bullshit. Because all you'd have to do is put word out. Hey, we need you. Hey, anybody who's specialized. You got all these Marines and everything all around there. There's tons of Marines in that.
This is about my history with Truckee and Placer County. It's so complicated and goes over such a long period of time. I thought I'd record it so you wouldn't have to read all this because the stuff I'm going to send you about.
And then you have this story from a completely different woman. I helped Ara put this together. I helped disguise her voice. This woman got a hold of Ara and sent her in an audio clip and said, you are free to put this out there as long as you bleep out certain names and you disguise my voice. This is another person that spoke out on Placer County after hearing the story of Dylan Rousey, Kiely, Rodni, and so forth. Some people are speaking out, and I'm glad that they are. If you have a story to tell and you want me to put it on Squirrels on Fire to get it out there to the masses, if you send me any type of audio clips to tell your story, if you want anything bleeped out of it, you have my word. And if you would like your voice disguised, I got you. If you have something to say about any cases happening in Placer County, please reach out to me. My email address is below on the left-hand side of the screen.
About Rudy Farias is really a lot of reading.
Before we continue with the audio, I do want to thank the viewer that sent this in. This viewer chooses to remain anonymous, and after listening to the audio, I understand why. However, I will vouch for its validity. I want to also thank Ms. Shan from Scrolls on Fire for helping us clean this audio, change the voice, and bleep some of the names out.
Okay, so when I was a teenager, and we're talking 1975 is when I graduated high school, so this would be 1972.
Forgot to mention that the viewer, as they were recording this, they were listening to the live with Gina in the background, so you will hear that for a little bit, but I promise it will become clearer.
To 1975, I lived in the Bay Area, and wealthy people, my family wasn't necessarily that wealthy, but I went to school with a lot of wealthy people, had cabins up there in the Alpine Village, North Star, that's all part of Placer County, and very near Truckee. You have to go through Truckee to get in. Okay, we all would go up there on the weekends without our parents and stay in their lovely cabins and ski. This area had no issues with unsupervised teenagers being up there. Basically, we had the full privileges of adults while we were there. We could buy liquor, we could party with adults, and a lot of adults had relationships with teenage girls that went up there. There wasn't that many boys that went up there unaccompanied to ski. That was kind of insane, but it was mostly teenage girls. Anyways, my girlfriend, my best friend in high school, we went to a Catholic girls' school, had a relationship with a ski patrol. If you have any history with skiing, you know the ski patrols are the band. They're the greatest. They're wonderful. They get all kinds of women, but not necessarily teenage girls today, but that's how it was back then. I don't know how it is now. I don't ski anymore. But anyways, she had a relationship with a ski patrol, and it was sexual, and it lasted for a couple of years. Even one summer, we were allowed by our parents to go up there and live unsupervised in a cabin. Anyways, what I'm getting at is there's a culture up there that's much different than what the working person that lives day to day down in the lower lands would approve of or allow their kids to be involved with. But it just, the beauty of that area, the people that buy their properties up there and the people that work for them, they all answer to a different caller. So fast forward till and I are in our 50s. She went through life, after dropping off with this guy. She went, through university, got herself a career, and life went on. She had a kid, but she reconnected with this guy on Facebook, and an affair started that was pretty serious from the start. We were in love before, we're in love now. And she was moved up there by him into a cabin that was 2 doors down from where he lived, instead of moving her in with him. Me and her talked during this time, and at first everything was roses. She was happy. She just said, his daughter still lives at home, and, he felt it would be better for me to have my own place, and then we could do our thing here at my place, and so on. But as things went by, his daughter became really, really and she began to see that there was a real unusual intimacy between the daughter and her dad. And so fast forward again, and still owned a house in the Bay Area, which they would go down to the Bay Area for Giants games. And while riding their bicycles one day, she was hit by a car, which caused her some great disability. Now, she's living up in the mountains on a full-time basis next to him, and winters up there are rugged. You get snowed in, it's really hard, and I can only imagine how difficult it was for her to maintain her lifestyle up there, because the daughter was starting to insist that the dad spend more and more time with her and less time with her. Friction began to develop. There was some heavy fights. She'd call me up and she was upset. Well, when the sheriff eventually got called, he basically didn't do anything. And her boyfriend, who'd lived there all his life, was friends with the sheriff. So many things transpired, and it was always nothing happened. And she began to be feeling stalked, terrified. She's out there in an area where, you're separated from your neighbors quite a distance. Some people only come up there on the weekends. She just didn't have a lot of support system up there unless she got one of us to come out there. And he started doing some really mean stuff to her. Physical violence happened. Nothing she could do could get help for herself. Then she got extremely sick, and had to be hospitalized. There was this bacteria called Giardia that is normally something we just don't encounter. It was in the water, but none of the neighbors suffered from it. I don't know if you remember, but there was an issue with the water board in the Kiely Rodni case. Well, her boyfriend was on the water board, and any attempt she made to try and get to the bottom of why she had gotten so sick became an issue that was just ignored by any of the authorities up there. And clearly, when she would communicate with me, she was afraid of the Placer County Sheriff's Department and felt that they would do anything to cover for her boyfriend and allow her to be abused. I guess the end game was to drive her out of there, but he didn't seem to want to help her get out of there. He didn't offer to help her get moved back to her place. All of her stuff, she had her place rented out in the Bay Area by now. And all of her stuff that he had moved up there was really hard to get out of there because this place, it took an actual crane to move some of her furniture in, including a player piano, which...
Okay, I'm gonna pause that there for a minute. I need to chill for a minute. I'm sorry, y'all, if this is triggering some people. I know some stories that I'm gonna put on my YouTube channel is gonna trigger a whole lot of people. I'm sorry if it does. My purpose is to expose things for what they are, let people and victims have their voices heard, and for the voiceless victims, for us to speak up for them. I appreciate each and every one of you that have donated tonight, that have gifted out memberships that caused people get told on tonight. I fucking love it. You guys, you have no idea how much you guys drive me and keep me going. And if it was not for you, I wouldn't be able to have most of what's going on with my channel. Without you guys, my channel honestly wouldn't be here. And I appreciate you, and I love every single one of you. All right, let's finish this.
She treasured. And so she was caught in limbo. I took a flight from my home in at the time to go up there and help her. And
yeah, she got sick from what? Hold up. I forget what the word was, dude. Like, this shit is... this shit's crazy town, right? Like, it sounded like this man trying to poison her with fucking disease.
Was really hard to get out of there because...
And then you hear about the water and Giardia, But here, listen to what she says about nobody else getting it. Like, just this one select person got Giardia? Yeah, that's what I'm sounding like, Billy.
This place, it took an actual crane to move some of her furniture in, including a player piano, which she treasured. And so she was caught in limbo. I took a flight from my home in at the time to go up there and help her. And as I sat with her and learned, there was something entirely crazy going on. The man had clearly done some really sneaky stuff to terrorize her. And any report she made of it went on deaf ears. Now, what this has to do with anything... Really nothing. There's no way to tie this to anything. But it is, and you...
I don't know who sent this in. I have no desire to track people down unless they reach out to me. Then I will respond to you. To this woman that thinks putting your voice out there is for nothing, I want you to know that many, many, many people hear you. And my goal here is to get many, many, many more people to hear you. We hear you. Yes, terrorizing her.
You had asked for examples of the party culture up there. When we were teenagers, we definitely went to parties all over Placer County, including Truckee, and the level and...
Hold up, I'm gonna rewind this. I'm gonna mute myself. Listen.
Anything? Really nothing. There's no way to tie this to anything. But it is, and you had asked for examples of the party culture up there. When we were teenagers, we definitely went to parties all over Placer County, including Truckee, and the level and the ability of kids to just do what they wanted and be approved of by the adults around was real, and apparently still is real. There's a different culture. It's a totally different culture. And I don't even know how to put my finger on it. I have been long since separated from that sort of lifestyle. But my girlfriend, I really had a hard time supporting her because it was all this insanity and there was no way to carve a path into it and figure out what was going on. Her boyfriend on the waterboard, she gets Giardia. No one else in the neighborhood does. Ugh. Anyhow, I wanted to do this as a recording so you wouldn't have to read it. Love you, and prepare for some really more meat and potatoes, I hate to use that expression, information on Rudy Farias. Anyways, I trust you. Bye.
Again, I just want to emphasize this is for educational and informational purposes only. At the end of the day, we all want to seek justice for victims who never had it. I appreciate you being here and listening. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And again, thank you to the brave people that came forward and shared their story. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
If you're hate watching me, I hope you enjoyed tonight's channel, because there is going to be a lot more of this coming through. To the people that support me, I absolutely love each and every one of you. Thank you guys for showing up for me all the time. Miss Ara, beautifully done. I am pleasured to work beside you and helping you do whatever you need to do to get the information out on your channel. I appreciate that you support me as much as you do. I love you all. I am done for the night. I got some Louisiana Liquors fucking chicken that I marinated today, cooked up. Phoenix got to eat like 4 hours ago. My chicken's still waiting for me to eat. I'm gonna go grub, and then I'm gonna go research some more shit. I might hop on tomorrow and just do, because I need some downtime tomorrow. I might come live tomorrow. Probably early morning or early afternoon or mid-afternoon or something like that. Somewhere between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just going to Call of Duty and bullshit with y'all just to get some positive vibes back up on my channel. If y'all want to tune in then, that'd be great. If you don't want to come for just conversation while I shoot shit and shoot the shit. Otherwise, I will see you guys Wednesday night. If anybody wants me to put anything out there on my channel, please email me at gendermindfuck with no vowels @gmail.com. If you guys want to support what I do on my channel, I accept PayPal, Cash App, and you can also Venmo me. All the information is on my About Me. If you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that thumbs up to show support for the shit that we're doing here at Squirrels on Fire. I appreciate you guys all so very much. I hope you have a great night. I love you. God bless.